Morgan, you still with us?
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, I'm
Are
ready.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
We
good.
usually just bullshit the first 10 minutes till somebody comes in.
Yeah, we
Oh,
told
you're
her.
good.
Okay.
Uh, if you wanna lash out, feel free to use Nelson as your punching bag,
Oh man.
I get to be the Omar in the show.
cause I will.
Not the Omar.
Oh yeah, we're live, baby. So no, oh now Henry wants to show up. Morgan, how was your day today? I already asked you that, but can you say it again just so I can test the audio out real quick?
My day has been great. Wonderful Sunday. Is it good?
Yeah, that was really good actually. Thank you.
I was about to say,
Good.
Yeah, we sound good. Oh, actually, Henry, how was your day today?
bro, my day was chill. I ain't do shit. Man, I played BF6 beta. I played Grand Blue Fantasy, the fighting game. Oh yeah, I watched Wolfgang Machinima. He had a Tekken tournament today,
Oh,
so I
did
watched
he?
that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you
Who
missed it,
won?
bro. It was tight.
I
I don't know how to pronounce the dude's
did
name,
he
but
win
I
it?
mean,
Did Wolfgang cool?
what's
Are
the
you talking about
guy's
that
name? I
tournament?
forget. Yeah,
Did he win it? He's really good.
nah, he didn't win it. Bro, so it was some hitters up in there, and the guy who won, he won playing with Clive.
What's up, RPG? Yeah, that's
Good
the
ass
best we're gonna
matches,
get, bro.
good ass matches in that, bro. But yeah, that's all I did today, and then right now I'm back on Grand Blue, playing some more ranked, trying to climb out of bronze.
Nah, fuck that. You need to be playing Echoes of the End. You want to buy that game and talk about how good it is.
Nah, it is pretty good, bro. Like the environmental puzzles is
If
tight.
a mechanic don't work, the game is trash.
Nah, bro, the parry is garbage. I'm gonna
I don't
put up a
know.
video of the
I kept dying, bro. I was pissed. It was like I'm playing a
of
Souls game.
the of the second boss fight. Now I'm gonna put up a video of the tutorial boss fight and show, bro. I
Yo, what
literally
up, Iron Man?
all I did was press the dodge. I really didn't run around at all.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
gonna
pressed
do
the
that.
dodge and attack.
I was gonna play
That's
that,
where it's at. That's where.
but I was like, fuck it. I need my blood pressure to go down, so fuck. I'm gonna do just something else because I beat Donkey Kong. Oh my god, Donkey Kong fucking got on my nerves, bro. Donkey Kong did two of the things that 99.999% of gamers hate. And I bet you nobody will talk about it. I bet you nobody will fucking talk about it, bro. That's how
That's why I saw you
fucking.
do a review.
I mean, a game is a good game. Like, it's phenomenal, but it did the one thing where, in order to pass, what's going on, man? We got a whole bunch of people early today.
Bro, I told you.
Morgan out
Yeah,
here.
it's Morgan. Yeah, hey, Morgan might have to
Hey,
be on this bitch every Sunday.
oh, yeah, we might have to put it on contract. We might have to put it on contract. What
Hey,
up, Steven? How
bro.
you doing, man?
Hey, toss it at $11, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be like, look, you're about to get 32 cents a week per diem plus another 27 pennies. She's about to get paid. She's about to be able to buy Starbucks in about 15 years. But bro, you know how sometimes? So first off, in Donkey Kong, and I said, and I made a post about this. I was like, "Where's everybody at who be saying that Ubisoft is
Oh, I
damn,
seen that. I
what's the
seen
word
that. Bloat.
yes,
Yeah,
bloat,
but Ubisoft don't make good game either.
bloat." Ain't nobody saying about Donkey Kong blow. Okay, but that's nitpicky. The two things that Donkey Kong did that pissed me the fuck off. The first one was, in order to cross here, you need to pay this much. If you ain't got it, you gotta turn your ass around and go farm that shit. So that's number one.
Oh, like
Number
with the mineral,
two,
like with the minerals in
Oh
the
man.
game or
with
something.
the gold nuggets, you
Oh
get to a
shit.
point where you gotta pay. It's like 2,000 gold nuggets to cross one part. You cross it. Then you get to the second part and you got to pay 5,000 gold nuggets. You pay that. Then you get to the third part and he wants 10 bands. Well, 99999. So you're spending what, 17,000 gold nuggets. Mind you, it took me 40 some hours to beat it because I was doing a lot of exploring. You know how I be. I like to check everything out, but at a certain point I'm like, I got to get going. Otherwise I'm going to be here for 100 hours. And
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
I was carrying a bag on me. You know, what I mean, I had the paper, but when he asked for that 999, I was like, motherfucker, I just spent 7K right now. I only got like 8,000. So it took me like 30 minutes to, you know, farm an extra 1,500 to that. Well, I didn't stop at 15 because I had to get extras just in case. You know what I'm saying? Like it had me doing financial decisions in the fucking game, bro. I was heated, bro. My son's looking at me like, "Dang, you might as well pay the mortgage." I'm like, I'm like, get your ass to bed. Like, what are you even doing up right now? It's 8 o'clock. Anyways,
So it was a gold mine then.
uh, it was
the purpose of the game is to get gold, isn't it?
no, the purpose of the
The gold
game
mine or
is to
something?
fucking stop the bad guy. That's the purpose of the game. The bananas and everything else you get is for, well, the bananas in specific is to level up your skills, your skill tree, right? Every 5 bananas you get 1 skill point. So you take those skill
Oh,
points and
sweet.
you buy skills. And then the gold nuggets are used for purchasing like these balloons. Like if you fall off the edge of the map, the balloon will come and pick you up and then take you back. Energy drinks, so in case you need to use your special ability and you're out of gold nuggets or out of the power, then the energy drink will come in place. You can buy maps so you can see where locations are for collectibles. And then you also use gold nuggets as kind of like a fuel, but that's only a super small percentage of the time. So you literally need gold nuggets just to buy those add-ons in the game. So if Nintendo, if this was a live service game, bro, which is basically
Nintendo
Oh
is,
man.
it's basically a live service game. But anyway, so that's number one, right? You had to go take your ass back and farm for fucking gold so you can continue. And by the way, there is a way where with your skills you can overcome that, but you basically need to have all your skills maxed out. So basically, I just felt like Nintendo was cock blocking me from moving forward. And the other thing that pissed me off is the ending. You beat the boss? Nah, you gotta fight his ass again. Nah, you gotta fight his ass again. Nah, you gotta fight his ass like 5, 6 times. Oh, and by the way, I'm not even gonna spoil it, but let's just say that's not the end of the shit. Like you think the end game is here? The game is telling you the end game is here. Fucking credits are rolling, and that's not the end game. So it just it already I was already getting frustrated with the game because it was
You kept thinking you were done, but you weren't.
it's not just that, but it's more of I felt like I was just grinding, but then I'm like, why am I doing all this grinding? Like there's no reward for it really. And then bam, they hit you with the nah, you should have kept grinding because you need this shit now. Like you didn't need it all the hours you played, but this one little part to continue on, you fucking need it. And I was just heated, bro.
It's
So
one
that's
of
why
those.
I said, and this dude, what's up, Nate? How you doing? So
Oh, and Nate in the building. Shout out, brother.
yeah, Nate in the house. So, you know, some dude asked me, what would you give it? I was like, look, I originally wanted to give the game an 8, right? Because I don't believe that a 10 out of 10 game exists because I'm taking into account technicalities, bugs, the whole 9 yards. And
Facts.
nowadays games just don't have that. But an 8 is a real strong number for me. But now I'm, balancing between a 7 and an 8. That's why I said, hey, let me get my thoughts on paper. Let me write the script for this review. Let me write the fucking review. As you guys know, I take my time with reviews. It usually takes me about a week because I do research. I use words I don't normally use. I use, big boy words. I pull a dictionary out. I do the whole 9 yards to create these reviews because I want to make sure that I'm being fair and honest and looking at it from all sides. So Donkey Kong, that's why when you said do it, I'm like, oh fuck, because
Yeah, do that shit, bro.
it's gonna take me a while, but we'll get it done. But man, we got a few people in the house. What up, and Nate, Voyager, Steven, Iron Man. Shout out to
Brett.
y'all. Tonight's gonna be a good night, man. We didn't do a show last week. I had some very unfortunate events happen and expensive to me, so
That's
we
okay. I was
skipped
on
the
vacation all week.
we skipped the week. So today I am ready to go at 'em. We have our co-host here, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture, and then we also have two special guests that we're gonna introduce. One of them is familiar with the channel, friends of the channel. He's basically a co-owner of the channel. And then we also have a very special guest who's making her debut tonight, and I'm excited to have her on. So we'll get into that in just a bit. Before I do, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. Those of you guys that have been here, you already know what that means. And then we'll get into it. So give me about a minute. For those of you guys that don't know what that means, it means that I don't touch my controller till I wash my hands. It's just a thing I do. Keep that motherfucker as fresh as possible.
Keep that bitch clean, bro. Ain't no crumbs or giblets on there.
Especially me being a extra fucking gamer eating Cheetos and shit. Like, fuck. Y'all hear the water running?
Nah, I don't hear no water running, bro.
About that pulse went to work.
Bro, these people are kicking my ass in this game, bro. Nelson, say something, bro.
Yeah, Nelson, you're the co-host. You're supposed to carry this shit.
Fucking, I can hear my kids playing Roblox. I hope they fucking bankrupt that motherfucker. I hate that game. I can go back to playing real games.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some intros tonight. We have a couple topics. Some of them, well, one of them might be controversial, but you guys know how I do over here on my channel. Me and Nelson, we don't give a fuck. We speak what we want, how we want, when we want, and we say what we want. If you have thin skin, I'm sorry that you're that way, but please do not take offense to what we say. But we're going to say it. And the topics that we have tonight shouldn't really invoke too many emotions for me this week. Sometimes I start yelling at Nelson for some shit, but I don't think that will happen tonight. But if it does, just enjoy the show. But we are going to be talking about Mafia, Roblox. We're also going to be talking about Xbox Game Pass. We're also going to be speaking about Roblox, which I already said. We're going to go around the table, talk about the games that we've been playing, because gaming is what we're here for. And I know some people, it's not part of their MO. And we're also going to be talking about Battlefield and the Switch, Borderlands 4 specific, which is going to lead on to a couple other questions. I got the panel, and I'm going to be so interested to find out what their opinion is. And then if we have time, we'll talk about Max Payne. We have some news in regards to that. I know there's a big fan base out there for Max Payne, so I wanted to talk about it, especially because I've never played it. Well, I'm lying. I played a little bit of it on the PS5. With that out the way, let's start with the intros, man. Welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. I am your host, Will777JP. My co-host, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I actually got some time to play some games because I didn't get none in last week, really, because I was on vacation all week.
You know, you're one of the few people that I have set up that whenever you come online.
Yeah, I know. You're like, why the hell you always get on in the middle of the night? Because that's when I get home from work. Goddamn.
And that alert has been popping this week, and I fucking love it. Next,
I've been home.
We have in the house Mr. Henri Heck. Henry, what's up, bro? How you been?
What's popping? Been awesome.
What you been playing on, Henry? So far, I know you gave the list earlier, but let the people know what you've been playing on.
I've been playing Echoes of the End. I've been playing Cyber Shadow, and I've been playing Battlefield 6 beta.
I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6. I got 10 hours up in that bitch this weekend.
You mean
Fantasy
you've been playing a game that you don't want me to play with you, right? The Battlefield 6 game, Henry, right?
Oh, no, we played the other night.
Oh, you was talking to me.
I like betas too.
Hey, man, when nobody on, I was on earlier. The homies weren't on, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't really get on till night because I'm trying to get shit done in the day.
Okay. And what was the last game you said, Henry?
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Nice. Have you played Relink?
Yeah, I beat that.
Oh shit!
I like that game.
Nelson really likes that game.
Yeah, I beat that game like 3 weeks after it came out.
Nelson, I bought it actually because of Nelson, because he was telling me how much he liked it. So I was on vacation last year in Florida.
I really like the combat in that game. It's fun.
It is fun. And, I like the visuals too, even though it's got
a good art style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's everybody the JRPG in the anime style.
I don't know, man. You ever play Tales of Rise? I'm not gonna lie. People say like on Fantasy, but Tales of Arise. I'm sorry, that was my favorite. That was my favorite RPG this gen. That and Sea of Stars.
In the specific like anime style.
Well,
because before that, Scarlet Nexus was the best looking one in my opinion.
Well, you know what? Let's ask our guest of the evening. Let me introduce her. We'll ask her what she thinks about that. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest in the house. Now, I have been on a podcast with her before, and I wanted her back on my own shit, and she's finally here. So everybody, round of applause for Miss Megan. Or Morgan, how are you, Morgan?
Wow.
What games you been playing on?
Nah, it's gonna happen all the time. Don't worry about it.
my sister's been watching that damn movie Megan the doll. You know where she be doing the dancing and shit.
My kid loves that shit, bro. My youngest, he watches that shit all the time.
So that shit's in my mind, bro. I was like, what the fuck? And I don't watch movies. I play games. You know what I mean? So that's just been on my mind for the last day. But anyway, Morgan is in the house. Morgan, let the people know how you been.
Yeah, I've been really good. I'm happy to be here. The games I've been playing, just beat Mafia, platinumed it, really enjoyed it. Made me remember how much I missed the single player linear AAA games.
Yeah, something different. Everybody got to be open world, yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing so many open world games, but not too many single player in the AAA space. So it's like it brought back that love. I was like, I really miss this. And I really need Naughty Dog to get another game out so I can have another experience again. But yeah, it was great. I really loved it. Really enjoyed my time with it. But then I also played and beat and platinumed Planet of Lana, the indie game. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or whatever, but
just bought it for $3 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was on sale, and I had it on my wish list for a while, but then they announced the sequel like last month, so I was like, now's a great time to get on the first game. So played it, really enjoyed it. Kind of reminded me of a little bit of Inside. Like it's like a platforming Inside.
Yep. It's a good game too.
Yeah, I love
Morgan playing that crime scene stuff too.
Yes. And
I've seen you on this weekend a lot.
That's the next game that I played. A lot. I've been playing a lot, yeah. And so after I beat Planet of Lana, I started playing Crime Scene Cleaner, and I'm like addicted to this game.
Bro, like, I was gonna buy that, and I didn't.
Yes, it's so good.
Is
it's so good. Yeah, it's holding me over until we say our game of the year is coming out, right?
Goldie.
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, I need like a good sim right now just to kind of hold me over until they give us a freaking release date.
Bro, I was playing a paint sprayer simulator, but it just don't hit, man. It don't hit.
Yeah. This one hits. It hits all the right points.
I'm buying that tonight.
Really good. You should. I think I'm on like the last area. Like I have been like binging this game. Like I think I'm on like one more area I have to clean and probably.
How long you been playing it for? Like how many hours you got in?
I got like 17 hours in it. And I bought it like 2 days ago.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's how every time
we the same.
I get on looking for like people to play with on Battlefield. Every time I pass by Morgan's name, I'm like, God damn, she really likes this goddamn game.
I'm addicted. It's so good. But yeah, I'm hoping at Gamescom we get like a release date for Power Wash Simulator, because if not, I'm just like, okay, it's gonna be delayed or something because we need a date. But yeah, I've just been binging gaming.
That's fire.
It's been all over the place.
So glad. I am so glad you brought up Crime Scene, because I've been eyeing that motherfucker. Like I go to the shop every day. And every day I stare at that motherfucker, but there's so much fluff in that shop that I'm worried. Yeah. Especially for $25 ain't a lot of money.
Like PC.
But it's enough where I'm like, I could have bought that on an actual decent game. You know what I mean? But you just co-signed it.
Understand that.
I'm in there like swimwear. I'll be buying that tonight because my sim itch hasn't been getting scratched properly.
Exactly.
And I need that. But yeah, that Power Watch. See, man, y'all are fired. I need somebody cultured in here. Morgan out here talking about sims. That's what I'm saying, man.
Let's go.
Except, no, you guys ain't fired. I need y'all. I need these 32 cents about to come in. You know what I mean? But something y'all I think y'all know about me pretty well. like, and we'll start with Mafia first because I have it up front in the screen right now. I'm in the title screen, and we all played it. I think me,
Yep.
Henry, Morgan have all beaten it. I don't know if Nelson has
I'm
beaten
about
it
6
yet.
hours into it. No, I didn't
Okay,
get to play it at all last weekend. I was gone.
so you're
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
basically
Sunday. So
you're like 50% of the way
it's pretty
through.
close. I think it's got me at like 40.
So that's fine.
Let me
So we
check.
all have enough time that we stuck into the game.
33. I'm a third of the way through what it says.
Okay, so yeah. So I mean Morgan actually got the platinum for it. I haven't gotten it. I'm not a platinum hunter, but I may get the platinum for this one. But then Morgan hit it right on the money with what she said that for a lot of people, the single player, heavy narrative driven game, right? That's my wheelhouse right there, right? That's why I love games like Gear so much and the Halo campaigns and Naughty Dog, the Uncharted games and games like Mafia. Like I absolutely love those type of games. And when I think about if I had to pick games for the rest of my life, what type of games would they be? And this is exactly it, right? And this is something that I wish Sony would go into more. And that's why I get so mad because they're going the complete opposite with the live service and multiplayer stuff. And I understand that's a moneymaker. But like I say in the podcast all the time, look, man, 5, 6, 10 million of a freaking game, that's still a shit ton of money. But let's start around the table and kind of give everybody's initial impressions. And well, not initial because we've all played and beat it except Nelson.
Fucker.
But
That's
we'll
right.
start with our special guest, Morgan. And first, Morgan, what do you give the game? 1 out of 10, 10 being the best game ever, 1 being the shittiest game. Start me off with that, and then kind of go into the things that you liked about it, the things that you didn't, and what do you hope happens next.
Okay. I'm going to start off by saying, like you will, I am a very like story-centric type of gamer. So even if a game is like lacking in the gameplay department or even just it's okay in the gameplay department, I will let that slide if the story is good.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I gave it an 8. I really enjoyed it. The narrative was great. I really felt like, this is, a true to form Mafia game. I'm a big Mafia fan. Loved Mafia 1, 2, and even 3, even the hated 3. I still enjoyed it. But yeah, I was just so happy when they were like, yeah, this is going to be kind of a shorter experience, more of a linear, narrative-driven game. I was like, yes, thank you. This is what I want. this is exactly what I want. And it really delivered for me. Like everything hit, like the environment, the early 20th century Sicily was beautiful. Game's really, really gorgeous. Music, they absolutely hit it on the music. It sets the tone really well. You feel like you're in a classic Mafia type of media, right? You got the music just hitting all the right notes, And then of course like the narrative and the voice acting just great. Like
Yeah.
every character in the game felt like they were meant to be there. Nobody felt like an add-on or like a drag or like, oh, this person, I could live without them. Like everybody was pulling their weight in this game, and I thought narratively it was really good. Like I enjoyed the story, even if I was a little upset at the ending. But it's not because I
It wasn't a
was
bad
upset
ending,
with the
nothing.
writing. I was just kind of sad of how it ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, aw.
Like a good story's
But
supposed to do, right?
yeah, it's that classic Mafia style story,
Yep.
But I really enjoyed my time with it. Like I just love those like quick little bites of games where I can get in, play it for like 15 hours or so, and then I'm done. Like I have
Get
my
back to the
experience with it.
grind.
It was really good, and then I move on.
Break up the grind. I need more games that just break up the
Exactly,
grind.
because I like before Mafia.
Like I want to
was,
finish a game.
Exactly. I was playing Death Stranding 2, big open world game. And so I was happy to, kind of just get in and, play a little bite-sized game for like, 12, 15 hours and just enjoy the narrative, right? Just let the game kind of do its thing and really enjoy the story. So I got that with Mafia. I enjoyed it. I would recommend it for anybody. Like, if you're on the fence about it, you can always wait on a sale. I'm sure they'll have like a sale coming up soon. But I definitely recommend it if you're a narrative driven kind of player. You like a nice story. It definitely was giving me kind of like the Uncharted 4 vibes. Like Just
Yeah, it reminds me of
really
a PS3
cool set
360
pieces.
era. I was like, give me more PS3
Yeah.
360 era games, motherfucker.
Exactly. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people, with the same things that I have said, those are things they don't particularly like. They're more of, gameplay kind of focused, like, oh, it wasn't that
They're
innovative or it
arcade
didn't do
gamers.
this. Right, right. There was like, oh, it was just too much cutscenes, too much story. And I get that. Everybody's different, but for me, I love that. I love that
I
type
like
of
a
shit.
variety of different games though. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't play 10 heavily story-driven games in a row, but I could play
could.
2 or 3.
I
know
fucking
you
could. Well, and I have a controversial question. We'll get that at the end of this little topic here, but well, we'll come back to you, Morgan. Henry, what did you think? What do you give it, 1 to 10? What do you like about it? What did you dislike about it?
Oh, I love it, man. I love the game. I give it a 4 out of 5, straight up.
That's an 8. It's an 8.
Yeah.
Now it's a 4 out of 5. Let's stop using the 1 to 10 when you don't use half of the numbers, man. Cut it out.
I use
One to-
quarter
1 to
points.
5. Yeah. It's like too
I get in
complex for
detail.
no reason. It's
There's a big difference between an 8 and an 8.75. I'm just saying.
But yeah, I loved it, and I was really like when you say like the shorter, more to the point stories. I was really into that. Ever since Space Marine 2, I've been kind of like digging the more to the point, direct PS3 style, just fun action and good story type of games. That's what I've really been into. Aside from when I took a brief step off into like Judgment, which was a little bit longer, but it's still a more. It's not open world, you know what I mean? Like open world and bloated and all this extra stuff in the way for no reason. Only thing I really was a complaint for me with the game was there was some like collision issues, like when you're trying to not sneak, but you're trying to go into certain areas, in certain how you call them encounters, I guess. Sometimes you end up getting killed because the character won't just go in there. So I felt that was a little bit unfair, but overall, man, I like the game. Enzo is a great character, great MC. Seeing him go from the mines to where he ended up, and you get to see that growth. It was awesome, and all the characters in the story was great. To Morgan's point, and yeah, awesome, great game. I do recommend it to anybody if you're on the fence. $50, you know what I'm saying? Go out there and purchase that.
Fire. Nelson, what about you, man? What are some things so far that you like it? Well, what rating will you give it now? You're only about halfway through, so what rating will you give it where you're at? And also, what are some things you dislike about the game?
I would say I'm somewhere in between a 7 and 8.5, but I'm only a third of the way through. But one thing I like about it is the story is good, the characters are good, the progression's good. What I don't like about the game is I don't really know when like I can leave. Like I wish like I'll go talk to blah 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 blah. I could go out in town and go shopping. Like there's no indicator letting me know when I can go into town and like buy a new gun or upgrade or the charms or whatever. That kind of irritates me.
Because the story's kind of going nonstop. It's beat.
Yeah, it is. It don't. There's no like, why don't you go into town and go shopping or something, and then meet me in the lobby, or you know what I mean. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to fuck town because I want to buy some shit, and then they'll say, now you take your ass back there. 11, 10, 9. Like what? No.
Just so you know, there's a way to access the open world through the main menu where it'll let you essentially free roam without actually playing the story, so that way you can buy stuff, and when you go back into the game, all the things that you buy in free roam mode will be there with you during the main game.
Well, I got to figure out how to do that.
Kind of separated it that way.
Yeah, I think it's called Explore or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that
from the main
you
menu.
do it from the main menu. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, once you go in, instead of I think you got to hit continue, or I don't know, you figure it out. Just read the options that are available to you. Well, in my opinion, this being my my wheelhouse, I just did a review for it. It's up on my YouTube. If you haven't watched the video, go check it out. Man, I did a great job, and I'm not tooting my own horn. just to toot it. It took me like a week of writing that script. I went in, did my research. I mean, I even used AI for this fucking thing, bro. Just trying to figure out the names of the music, the style, the spaghetti westerns, the whole 9 yards. I did it. But I gave it a 7 out of 10. And for those of you guys, oh, that's low. I thought you loved this game. I do. But mind you, a 7 out of 10, 5 is average. All right. 5 is average.
7 average. I go higher than that.
Yeah, no. How is that possible? If 5 is right in the middle, it's not average. It's average.
Look at it like grading school. If you get a 5 out of 10, you failed.
That's what I'm saying. It's too many numbers, bro. It's too many.
That is average. Anything above that is above average. A 6 is above average. A 7 is above average. 8 is above average. Now, I didn't give it.
Not really. If you get a 50 on a test, you're failing, bitch.
We're not in school. That's not how the real world works.
How I work.
Jeez. But the only reason I didn't give it a 10 is a couple reasons. That's going to be my next question to you guys, because this is the controversial part about it, right? Because I've seen both sides on online, and we've spoken, or not we as us, but like gaming community has spoken about this in tandem. And the reason I knocked it a little bit is because, one, it gave me that Mafia feel, but it didn't really make me feel like a mobster. What do I mean by that? In all the Mafia games, in this game, you feel like you're progressing, right? You're getting elevated, you're getting promoted, all except for in the way that you live your life, right? Like, everybody knows that you want to be a mobster.
True. You go from going to being an associate to a made man to a capo to a underboss
something like that.
To a.
But
you know what I mean?
Above that, there wasn't really a point where, you get the flashy car and everybody's like, oh, I see you've elevated, or you get that gold chain or that Rolly, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, you're going up in the business, right? There wasn't a lot of that, and that's a big part of the Mafia life, right? And I understand this is the early 1900s, but people stunted in the 1900s too, and we saw that with the type of alcohol they're drinking, the types of cars, right? In one of the missions, you do a race and how they got the car. You talk to one of the guys, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop telling people we got that car over here. You know what I mean? So that was a little bit of a light into that, but I feel like that was a little bit lacking. Now, the controversial part of the game is what I'm about to say next. I feel, not just feel, but I know, and the reason that I know is because we've gotten other $50 games, so we have something to go off of here. I feel like Mafia was a couple hours too short. Too short. And the discussion has always been what we're talking about now. We want tight, composed games that are really good. Yes, we should. But there is a limit on length, meaning how short a game can be. Look at Hellblade 2. That game was like, I beat that game in 5.5 hours, almost 6 hours. That was way too fucking short for a $50 game, right? 10 hours is too short for a $50, $60 game.
Have no goddamn gameplay.
Look at Expedition 33. I beat that game at 60 hours, and I didn't even do everything. I just did basically the main campaign and some side stuff. People were out here getting the platinum at 150 hours. So we have numerous examples of $50 games, and I'm not saying the game has to be 20, 25 hours long, but I think 15 hours for $50 should be the cutoff point. I just bought and beat Unfinished Business RoboCop. That's an expansion, and that expansion was 12 hours, and that was $30. I expect the game, if you're going to be under, especially the big AA's, AAA games, if you're going to be under that 15-hour mark, then your pricing has to reflect that, and I think $30 fits right in. We have indies that are charging 30 that are 50, 60, 70 hours. Yes, I don't equate quality with pricing per se, as far as the graphics and acting and all that, but length has to have something to do with that, because there is such a thing of a game being too short. That was my other problem with Spider-Man 2. I felt like Spider-Man 2, after I got the platinum, that was only a 40-hour experience for me, and I felt like just about 5 more hours of the game would have really hit the sweet spot. But let's go back to Morghan. Morghan, what do you think about what I just said and the $50 and the game being a tad bit too short? And games in general, do you think that they should be 15 hours or give or take, should cost at a certain price? Let me know what you think about that.
Okay, I think that specifically for Mafia, the old country, I think a lot of the money and the reason it cost 50 went into, like, obviously the quality of the game. It's a very, high production game, even for like a double A style game. You know, we can tell from like the lighting and the character design and the acting, the music. Like they got a couple actors that I recognize outside of gaming to be in the game. So I think, you know, there's a lot of costs in the production side of this game. Is probably why it's 50, even though it's on a little on the shorter side. But as far as like
hold up, guys. Let me interrupt you for just a second. We got a $5 super chat from Lyoko Cypher. Thank you so much, Lyoko. His question is, what is y'all's Gotti so far for 2025? I will go around and ask the panel once we're done with this topic real quick. But thank you, Lyoko, and chat. Don't be shy. Let us know what your Gotti so far 2025 is. I'm sorry, Morgan. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. But for the length versus the how much, you know, it should cost, you know, for me, I don't really put a monetary value on like the length of time. For me, it's like, was that experience as a package worth the price I paid? Like, for example, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, right? It was $70 at launch. I think it was only like, what, 12 hours or something like that?
Well, but for me, 20 for the platinum.
Okay, yeah, I can't even remember. But for me, it was worth it, regardless of, you know, it being a shorter game or, you know, a platformer, like, and people were upset about the price tag. I thought the game was worth it for me. And yeah, I also play Expedition 33, and I platinumed that, so I think I spent like 100 hours on that game, versus, you know, this game that I played and beat, and it was like 15, right? But they were both $50.
They're very different games, though, too. You used to have like like a Metal Gear Solid back in the day was $40 back in the 90s or whatever. But then you had Final Fantasy's the same price, but that motherfucker 50 hours, 60 hours.
Yeah, you know, and it's like,
it's
for
the same with Uncharted or Skyrim.
Yeah,
they both $60, but one's 12 hours and one's however many 100 hours.
Yeah,
it's I never finished the shit.
For me, it's like, I just asked myself, okay, was that the whatever amount I spent, do I feel like it was worth it? Like, do I feel like my money was well spent? And if the answer is yes, then the price tag's okay for me. But if the answer is no, I'm just like, okay, yeah, that was overpriced. I don't really put an hour mark on it, because, you know, some of my favorite games are some of the shortest games out there. Like, one of my favorite games is, like I was speaking on before, Inside, and that game's only like, what, 4 or 5 hours, but it's one of like the best experiences. That and Journey. One of my favorite games. Short indie game, but I feel like I got so much out of it, but even with the little bit of time that I spent on the game.
Dude, Journey was a pain in the ass to get physical, man.
Yeah. I just got digital with Journey. I wasn't even trying. I didn't even try with that one. But yeah, it's just, for me, that's how I kind of measure. But but again, we're living in a time and in an economy where I can definitely understand why people will want to put an hour mark on how much they spend. Games are getting more and more expensive, right? And there's just so many of them out there that you have to kind of decide, okay, am I getting, especially with the amount of games that come out each month, you're like, okay, there may be 5 games that I like that are coming out in, you know, August, let's say.
But I'm only going to have time for 1 or 2.
Exactly. I'm only going to have time for these 2, or I'm only going to have enough money for 2. So I have to pick. And sometimes you have to pick based on, okay, which is going to give me the most bang for my buck, as far as, like, you know, how many hours are going to be in the game. And I can totally understand that. But this is just me and how I look at it. I just look at it to see, was this worth my time? Was this worth the money that I spent on it? And if I can say yes, then I'm cool with it. Like, for me, Mafia was that breath of fresh, like I said, that breath of fresh air from me just playing AAA open worlds back to back to back. I was just so happy, you know, besides my indie games, I was just happy to have like a AAA game that had a start and a finish, you know, no side missions, just a nice, neat story that I could finish. And so I was just happy to be back in that. I think the last time I kind of had that was with the last Plague's Tale. So it's been a couple years.
So those games too. I don't know what those cost, but those are $60. Those are like,
yeah, those are 60.
15 hours.
Yeah.
I find them well worth it too.
Yep, yeah, very good games.
I love that. And then this new one's coming out. That's the prequel. I think it's going to be like a shorter experience as well. So I'm excited about that.
Oh man, it's a prequel. I gotta know what happens after 2.
Yeah, it's about it stars the woman from the second game. I can't remember her name, but one of the side characters that we encounter in the second Plague's Tale. But yeah, just that's really how I feel about it. But I'm definitely not going to judge other people if they want to put a time limit.
No, we're gonna
I
judge
can
them.
understand that.
We're gonna judge them.
No, I'm not.
Henry, let me well, before I ask Henry, let me catch up with the chat real quick. And Nate says that he can play those games back to back to back, and absolutely so can I. Hey, what's up, Jenna? How you doing? So yeah, I agree 100% with him. Then we have Voyager saying DS2 for his game of the year so far. I think that is mine as well, but we'll get into that with the group. Illest Villain says sometimes I struggle to start games that are 40, 50 hours. So that's a good point because it is a big commitment. But thankfully, we live in a world where if you want to play nothing but 10-hour games, you can do that. It's just I talk about this in my YouTube videos all the time. I talk about that here. Look for reasons to play a game. Stop looking for reasons to not play a game. Right? There's so many times that we are stuck in our wheelhouse and we don't expand. Like when I tell people my whole video game collection that I've amounted, it's taken me 6 years to do that. And people start tripping like, whoa, what the fuck? And yeah, because I spent so many years of my life just playing the same fucking games, and anything that stepped outside of that, I wasn't touching. And it's like eating mashed potatoes and chicken every day. Yeah, mashed potatoes and chicken is fucking great, right? You got a little bit of gravy sometimes, maybe ketchup, whatever, and barbecue, and it switches up the flavor, but it's not enough. Expand that taste. You're not going to regret it. Lyoko also says all the games that came out in 2025 I want to play is Ninja Gaiden 2, Black, Doom, Dark Ages, Mafia the Old Country, Ghost of Yote, and maybe Expedition 33. Bro, that's like a month for me. That's like a month of games beat for me. He also says anything longer than 40 starts to feel like a chore to me. Then Henry.
Usually, there's very few games that can pull it off. The only ones that come to mind are like Witcher and Horizon.
I don't know. I take more into account than just
Ghost of Tsushima,
the main campaign. I take whatever. Let me ask Henry. Let's get back with the topic on hand. Henry, $50. Do you agree with me? Disagree? What do you think about that?
Oh no, it's fine with me, man. You know, especially in the times where game prices going up to possibly 80. If somebody drop a game for less than 60, and I'm slightly interested,
they could have put 70 on that shit. So I'm pretty respectful of them.
I'm picking that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like we just picked up Echoes of the End, $38. You know what I mean? Like I'm scooping it, man. I ain't got no problem with the length at all. It took me like 19 hours to get through it. I enjoyed every bit of it. So yeah,
that's a good length game, man. That's actually a good length game. That's like if I consider that a full length game.
If
it was a situation where it was like 5 hours or something, okay, then it might be an issue then. But
or 8 or something. I only got 7 hours. Like that's different. But I think once you hit the 15, if you got a good experience, you could charge whatever for it.
Yeah, 15, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'll even accept.
Hey,
to be honest, I'm
just saying
12, 10,
the
12.
Uncharted's and The Last of Us that we played on PS3, we paid $60 for that. With cost of inflation, those motherfuckers were almost a goddamn $100, and those bitches were 11 to 14 hours.
Yeah, but those games are what we call complete games, where you have your single player campaign, then you got a multiplayer aspect to it. So gameplay or replayability is high with those games. These narrative single player games, as much as I love them,
Uncharted 3 didn't have a multiplayer.
Okay, you're talking one out of the three you mentioned, but
one didn't either.
One did. One did. They both 1 and 2. Oh yeah, you're right. I think it is 2 and 4. But even for me, who loves these types of games, can admit like there's only so much replayability in these games, and it takes a game that has a great story with strong gameplay for you to replay it. Like, for example, I can replay Gears and Halo every single year because not only are the stories really good, but the gameplay is also phenomenal. And even if I'm not paying attention to the story, I'm having a good time with the gameplay. So it takes a very special type of game. I didn't see that with Mafia. With Mafia, the story was great. The gameplay felt good. It felt heavy. The shooting felt great, right? The aesthetics of the game were amazing. If it looked like Sicily, they talked. The actors, I mean, Enzo, fucking awesome, right? the characters were gorgeous, right? I mean, the whole thing was just awesome, but I don't see myself replaying that game for a couple years. And when you talk about what's available out there, because let's be real, we're talking like gamers. But when you look at it from a business side of things, you're comparing your game to what else is out there on the market at that price that you're trying to hit at that time frame that you're trying to release the game. So it's much more than, yeah, I had a good experience, is worth it to me, because we're the hardcore. We'll say that about anything, but or not anything, but a lot of games.
I'm
But
about
when
to
you're
say,
talking
but
about no,
nah.
not anything. But when you're talking about, the single mom or the single dad who can only buy their kid a couple games a year, and I say this all the time. Henry's here to vouch for me. Like Assassin's Creed, I'd be like, yeah, I would have loved this game if I was a kid, because I knew I was only getting one game for the year, and I knew I could stick in 200-300 hours into that game. Assassin's Creed, I was already fucking done with it, and I still stuck 90 hours into that motherfucker, right? So there's just different levels to it, and now that I'm an adult, you realize how much the power of your dollar is, or the value of your dollar is, and it becomes very important. And yeah, I don't have to budget to buy a video game. If there's a game coming out next week, I can buy it, no problem, right? But at the same time, doesn't mean I'm going to be reckless with it when there are better options out there available. And if you didn't pick up Expedition 33 when it released because you didn't have the money to, and now you're at a time where you do have that 50 and you're staring across the aisle like, do I buy Mafia or Expedition 33? Those are going to be some of the things you're going to question, because you don't want to play a 10, 12-hour
Both
game
of
and be
them.
done with
Buy
it.
both of them.
But we are, what I mean? We are. But Nelson, anything you had to say about the $50 kind of thingy? No, you're good?
Is that me?
Yeah, because you already said everything you had to say in between.
Yeah.
And Nate says that's a big issue with a lot of gamers in our community. Too many people, despite having playing for a long time, haven't really experienced all gaming has to offer to really know what they like. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, as far as the expand your taste, right? And Nate made a great point earlier with the turn-based, where he's like, people act like turn-based players like all turn-based games, and that's not the case, right? And that's very true for a lot of genres, where if you're a Souls player, people assume that you like all Souls games, and that's just not the case. So and I dislike Souls games, but I love Remnant.
Same.
Right? I love Remnant. That's a Souls shooter.
Fire.
I dislike roguelikes, but I love Laika Age Through Blood. It's one of my favorite games ever, right? So there's always exceptions to the rule. And the last thing I want to say about Mafia, or two things I want to say about Mafia is, well, one and the same, is I'm going to go ahead and read this quick little article from PSU. Because I think this is important that we talk about this, especially while talking about price. And it says here, Mafia the Old Country sales hit over 800,000 copies in 4 days, nearly half of all copies sold on PS5. And this is a report, according to a report on Sensor Tower on LinkedIn. Mafia the Old Country, the latest entry, Hangar 13's long-running Mafia franchise, has sold 800K copies worldwide in its first 4 days across PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. And 48% of those sales were basically on PlayStation. The remaining 52 were on PC and Series X and S, with the majority of that 52 being on PC. So, quick question around the table before we move away from Mafia is, while the whole industry is trying to make the change to 80, but kind of being scared to do so, right? Because they're not Nintendo, they don't have that power, but really, really wanting to. And this year, we have gotten some of the best games this generation at 50. Morgan, what do you think these CEOs and these head of studios is going through their mind right now? Do you think they're learning from their mistakes and saying, hey, let's focus on quality instead of quantity? Or do you think that they're just going to make that push to 80 as soon as they possibly can, and the $50 games, don't mean anything to them?
Yeah, that I can tell you right now, the $50 games don't mean anything to them. They look at that and they're like, okay, that's great. That they did well with that.
They missed out on the extra 30.
That game for 80.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their thought process.
But
we could have sold that for 80 and probably made more.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but
they
the
don't
production cost too. Like Mafia is probably $50-60 million or something.
I mean, that money
a
back.
lot of these games are 200, 150, 200, 250. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're irresponsible.
Exactly.
And we've spoken about that too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, these executives.
But you want your big
don't care.
graphics and your big set pieces, and
They learn nothing from past
No.
mistakes. I mean, we can look at like an example with
Warner
WB,
Bros.
right?
Yeah.
They made a killing with Hogwarts Legacy, right? They outsold Call of Duty, but instead of doubling down on some more great single player games, what do they do? We're gonna make another live service, even though the one live service we made bombed,
failed,
it bombed terribly, right?
Just greed.
And so it's like they learn nothing. They're just like, oh, that was a mistake. We'll just try again.
We'll just do it. We'll do it again with different characters.
Exactly. I mean, Sony's the same way. They had the bomb with Concord, but they're still going full ham on the live service push. It's just, again, at the end of the day, what they want is that recurring revenue, right? And that they want is that growing profit to take back to their shareholders, right? Because what shareholders want is continuously rising profit. They don't want, even if you're doing great, even if you're in the positives in your quarterlies and you're doing great, they don't care about that. They want growth. They want more. They want to be able to buy their 5th yacht, and they need you to come back and tell them how are you going to make that happen for me, right? So the faster they can push this $80 out, they will absolutely do it. I can see it happening with like everybody. If not like next year, it'll definitely be with the introduction of the PS6, right? The new gen, just the same way they did with the 70, right? It's a new gen, new tech, yada yada yada. We're going to be spending more on games, so games are going to go up. It's going to be the same excuse they used at the beginning of the generation, right? But yeah, they're going to be telling you, oh, but there's, but the quality and the amount of money we spent on it is going to be worth the 80. And that's, of course, is subjective to the gamer. It's probably bullshit for most of these games, because as we've seen, the majority of games that have been quality at launch, and I mean like the all-around package, as far as being a quality game with the 99% of the content there, right, and everything, from the photo mode to the new game plus and everything like that, right, to it being, essentially bug free, right? Most of those games have been in the lower rung, right? The $50 and $60 games, right? The $70 games are the ones that kind of launch half-ass a little bit. Yep. They'll be buggy, or they'll the tech, they use Unreal 5, and Unreal 5 has its issues and everything like that. I mean, the only really game
Mafia turned out decent is because it's a more isolated game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like the only really game at 70 that I can think that really launched bug free in recent memory was Death Stranding 2, right? It launched and it was great.
Yeah,
but
PlayStation first party games, right? That's where
we exactly. Dustman Engine doing its thing, but it's like, other than that, it's like a lot of these $7 games. It's like, damn, I should have just waited and got it on a sale, because
they don't deserve it, right? They want to jump up the price, and we say this on the podcast all the time, where it's like, you can charge that 80 and people would buy it, but the problem is you don't fucking deserve it. You come out with games that are broken, buggy messes. There's no reason for us to spend that money and buy these games when you don't fucking deserve it. Now, how about you work for it?
By the time they fix it, too, the game is on a sale for like $20 less, and I was like, I could have just waited.
And exactly, like Jedi Fall Survivor.
Oh my god, yeah, Jedi.
Amazing game. Like, if they would have just pushed that back for like 4 or 5 months, they probably would have sold an additional 3 million copies.
And this is the power. This is the power of a good game. I just got a message right now. I'm DMing with a buddy of the channel, and he just sent me this message. Buddy of mine hit me up today, wanted me to go to the mall with him for his son for school shoes. He was talking about that new Mafia, watching gameplay they had at GameStop at the mall. We rolled in there and asked the girl. She said she was sold out. We were looking at the rack. I told him they probably don't have it. She gave us another GameStop that had a few copies left, but we hit up Best Buy on the way there. Dude said we are sold out as well. After he dropped his son off, we stopped at Walmart, and they only had 3 copies. We each got one, so they didn't go to pay. So they're gonna get to pay, whatever. But look at that, right? That's what happens when you come out with a good game. Word of mouth gets out there. People are loving it. The games sell. And this is what, a week after the game released, a week and a half later? Like, that's incredible. But Henry, let me ask you the same question, because Morghan brought up a lot of good points, and these are points that we've spoken about before, where we will be willing to pay the 80, but these fuckers just don't deserve it. Do you think that there is some CEO out there says, you know what, these $50 games are kicking our ass. They're cheaper. People are loving them. We should change things up, or do you think they'll continue with the same old, same old?
I think they'll continue with the same old, same old. They should, you know, and I think me and Nelson talked about this. I think it was yesterday. We talked about this, where he was talking about live service games, and I had said that, you know, and I like, you know, me, I love live service games, but at the same time, they've been there, they tried that, it didn't work out. So, in my opinion, they should pivot and just produce the like AAA style games instead. They can make them quicker. They can make them for cheaper. Like imagine you got the best developers in the world. They say they could put out a AA style game in like a year and a half, 2 years. You know what I mean?
3 or 4 instead of 6 or 7. That's what I would say.
You know, hey, bro, these best developers in the world. They told me these best.
Nah, so, they ain't. They're American.
Yeah. A year and a half, 2 years.
You got to double the time for everything for Americans.
Oh yeah,
they got to get their vegan meals and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Their coffee,
their lattes.
Their get their woes out in the emotional room and shit.
Yeah, but yeah, just do those instead. You know what I mean? You get quicker turnaround, because you know it takes a while to make live service, and then once you make them, they got to hit. You could make AA style spin-offs from your major franchises instead of live service spin-offs from your major franchises, and you drop them $45-$50. You know, folks already connected, got a connection to the IP, connection to the characters and story and stuff like. So the groundwork already laid there anyway. You know what I mean? So people will be more apt to pick them up. Plus, they only $45-$50. You know what I'm saying? So that's the avenue. If it was me, that's what I'd do. You know what I mean? If it was me, I still would try live service anyway. Work out. You know, it is. You tried it. It didn't work. This is the best route forward, in my opinion. And you can still make your AAA blockbuster. You can still make those. You know what I mean? But it's just taking longer and longer for those to come out. So in betwixt those releases, we got the AA joints at $50. It's a win-win, bro. And plus, you get to also expand on those franchises. You get to build more onto those franchises with those type of games.
Especially Sony with their whole movie thing they got going on, right? I mean, there's so much potential there. And we spoke about this before, Henri, where we're like, you know, it's cool. Keep making those games because those are your big dogs, right? Those are the hardware sellers. Those are the ones that get people talking. But we need more consistency in the video game industry on the west side of the things, right? Because the Chinese aren't really having a problem. The Japanese aren't really having that much of a problem either. They're coming out with multiple games a year, except for
half the price.
The Americans, right? And the people in the West, they're struggling, and they need to figure it out soon. Otherwise, they're gonna get left behind. But
they're getting shit on right now.
Nelson, anything else you want to talk about this $50 thing before we move on to our next topic?
Nah, I think it's a great price though. I mean, the old Mafias back in the day were like, I want to say 40 when they came out, except for I think 3 was 60, the open world one. But they've only gone up $10 in what? I don't know. When did Mafia 1 first come out? Like fucking 20 years ago?
2002 or something like that.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is a great price. It you know, a game that I may be on the fence about, I'm more apt to buy because of the price, right? Where a game that's at $70, if I'm sort of interested in but not fully in there, I might hold off till I hear one of the boys played it, or you know, I catch a review or something like that. At the $50 price point, there is none of that. Yeah. I'm just gonna buy it. I might even buy two.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't have purchased Mafia at $70 just because you got Metal Gear coming out and all that stuff at the end of the month, Last Soul Side and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Let me catch up with the chat. Lyoko says games should cost based on the quality of how much content they offer, like it used to be in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but it's just so hard because these fucking guys, you know, they're just terrible at managing anything. So they can't even manage their production line on time. How they're going to manage anything else. But we're going to go ahead and move on to our second topic, which is going to be our most controversial topic of the evening. that is Roblox and what's happening for that. So if you're sensitive, earmuffs, right? Adults are talking. But please, guys, join this conversation. Hit up the chat, light it up, because I really, really want to get your opinion on some of this stuff. And you guys know that I don't normally read articles unless it's a article that has super specific information like numbers, etc., dates and names, or if I'm solo when Nelson decides to ignore me and not even tell me. So we're gonna start this one off by actually reading an article, and this one is from Game Rant, and it says, "Rumor: Chris Hansen is planning a documentary on Roblox." And by the way, this is not a rumor. Chris Hansen made an Instagram reel, and he actually said that he is, and they're under process, and they've been talking to people, and they're putting in work right now. But it says here, Chris Hansen, the TV show most known for his work on the show How to Catch a Predator, is reportedly planning to create a documentary about Roblox, a video game platform mainly geared towards children. In the gaming community, the incredible success of Roblox has gained a reputation as also being a predator hunting ground. It has increasingly become the focus of watchdog groups and activists who feel that it no longer provides a safe environment for children to hang out. In the past, predators have successfully used Roblox to target potential child victims. According to a July 2024 report by Bloomberg, U.S. police had arrested around 24 people accused of abducting or abusing victims they met or groomed on the gaming platform. Let me pause there. 24 people. That is 24. 24 fucking people. Fucking disgusting. On the gaming platform since 2018, recently the family of a 13-year-old girl filed a lawsuit against the developer after she was abducted by a 37-year-old man she met in the game. And the state of Louisiana filed the lawsuit against Roblox in a separate case on August 14th. Roblox to attract the predator in steps Schlepp, a YouTuber who became known for exposing predators on the platform and whose videos led to 6 arrests until Roblox issued a cease and desist and banned him. The developer, seemingly protecting predators and punishing those seeking to drag them into the light, resulted in a petition to oust Roblox corporate CEO David Baszucki from the company. And the growing controversy has also possibly caught the attention of To Catch a Predator Chris Hansen himself, who has reportedly contacted Schlepp and is planning on a documentary about Roblox child predator problem. Once again, this is not a rumor. This is true. And first thing I want to say is Schlepp. Shout out to Schlepp, man. What Schlepp was doing, he's basically opening up accounts as an underage child. And in these accounts, he would go after these predators that would make themselves known. Once he outed them as a predator, he would call the police would go investigate, and ended up in 6 arrests. What did Roblox do? Instead of saying, hey, good job in doing what we were supposed to do in protecting children, we're going to ban you. We're going to need you to stop what you're doing because you're hurting our fucking pockets. Why? Because these predators, they spend a lot of money on Roblox because they have to be in every fucking possible game possible, look the coolest, right? Get the most fucking gaming items that they can get, because that's how you attract the kids initially. Oh, look at that guy. He's wearing this expensive hat, or he's got this expensive thing. Let's see how he did it. Maybe he knows some sort of secret on how I can farm all this money, Robux, so I can go ahead and buy it myself, right? So that's the initial part of it. And then they go into the thing. This is extremely disgusting behavior. I do not tolerate this. If I ever knew a friend, family member, an associate who even thought about doing some shit like this, it's going to be a fucking problem. It's going to be a fucking problem. But let's take it back to gaming. I'm getting hyped. I'm sorry. Because why? My son, he plays Roblox. He loves Roblox. Roblox is his favorite game. And for those of you guys that don't know what Roblox is basically a whole bunch of games under one house, which is called Roblox. And anybody can be a creator and make a game for Roblox. And by doing so, they can sell items for Robux, and that's how they make their money, right? And some of these games are extremely successful. I mean, the most recent game that has hit it big is Grow Garden. Literally, that's what you do. You grow a garden, and it's become extremely, extremely popular, and it gets a million.
My kids play a different game every day. They're fucking playing like Pac-Man games.
Yeah.
They're playing Call
All
of Duty
sorts of
games.
games.
They're playing Grand Theft Auto type games. They're
Yep.
playing, you name it.
And we're
Tag
talking
games.
about hundreds of millions of users monthly are on Roblox.
33 million a week, I think.
Ridiculous numbers. But what does it say about Roblox, right? They are protecting these predators. They're not kicking them out. The only way that these people get outed is by the police, not by the developer themselves. They can see all the back end chat. They can see everything that's going on in the back end, and they're not doing that. We'll start with you, Henry, Nelson, because your kids play Roblox too.
All the time. I've unintentionally spent a lot of money on Roblox.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about this? What do you think about Roblox behavior and how they're protecting these people and how they're not protecting the children? What do you think about that? And is there something us parents can do?
I don't know, man. To be honest, because I try to get my money back from Roblox bullshit, because I don't like that in-game purchasing shit. If the game was $50, my kids like it, I'd just buy it for them and they could play it. But these kids, they want all these goddamn skins and all this bullshit, shit that don't even matter in the game, really. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't spending the money on that.
Yeah, and I know it's tough, right? Because our kids love Roblox. What about you, Henry? Does your kids play Roblox or anything like that? Well, looks like we may have lost Henry. Morgan, you don't have any kids? Do you have any family, any kids in your family that play Roblox? You're there? Does your kids play Roblox?
But nah, my son doesn't play Roblox. He just Minecraft, Fortnite, and Pokemon Unite. So I'm fortunate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about it. But the situation is a crazy situation. You would think that Roblox would rather work with the individual to, help get it under control and capture all these predators, because it would look good on them if they work with the guy to get it taken care of. But instead, they kind of making all the wrong decisions. You know what I mean? So they're gonna pay for it in the end. They're gonna pay dearly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're gonna pay dearly. Yeah. What about you, Morgan? Do you have any kids in your family that play Roblox? Roblox.
No, you're good. No, I don't. But I've seen just the epidemic and the hold that Roblox has on children.
Yeah.
And it's insane.
Crazy.
It's like crack to kids. Like
Roblox
I personally
and Fortnite
don't get it
all day, every day, from the time they get up to the time they go to bed. I swear to God.
Like I've watched a streamer play Roblox just out of curiosity to see what the hype was about, and I personally don't get it. But it's that kind of like,
but I'm not a kid neither.
Exactly. I think it's that short kind of like adrenaline rush, just fun to hang out with friends type of thing for kids. And but like Henry said, you would think that Roblox would try to do everything they could to work with the authorities to get these predators off of this game, because one, not only does it make you look good that you're actively hunting child predators, but it would also help you keep your consumer base, because if parents find out that
my mom messaged me this weekend. My mom messaged me this weekend. She was like, "Don't your kids play this?" My mom's seen it. My mom don't play shit.
Exactly. That's it's becoming mainstream. It's becoming a talking point on big news networks. So you would think that in order to avoid a fallout of parents interjecting and taking their kids off of Roblox for fear that their child could possibly be abducted like that other child was, that this would call they've already lost like 12 points in the stock market or something for their stocks, and it's like you would think that they would try to do everything in their power to be like, you know what, this is not good for us, it's not good for our image, and this could possibly lead to our game just bombing across all metrics. So maybe we should try to involve the authorities and start banning these predators that are like, because if somebody like that, the predator catcher, I can't remember the name of the guy that you said, but I've seen the articles that you were talking about.
Yeah.
If someone like him is able to easily find these predators online, then there's no way that Roblox doesn't know who's out here, acting up. Who are these adults over here luring these kids? Like, you can't tell me they can't put some type of algorithm in or anything in there to try to find these predators. So it's like, again, this is just blatant ignorance on Roblox's part. But I think the only thing this will lead to is like this is them trying to basically get short-term gain, but the short-term gain is going to be bad. Like the fallout is going to be terrible from this.
Yeah. People are going to get arrested. People are going to get, investigated. They're going to get sued, and it's already starting.
A lot of players because people are going to be like, I don't want you on that shit no more.
We already have, the state of Louisiana suing Roblox, and that's just the beginning, right? We already talked about the 24 individuals that have been arrested in the last couple of years. So once the, investigations take a long time, once shit start rolling, even harder now the focus is going to be on there. What, you guys think the federal government isn't reading all these articles? Isn't national news?
Yeah, they know hard. Like it was screwed up when I was a kid, man. My dad, we basically watched softcore porn and goddamn murdering movies and shit from the time I was age 4, but I couldn't play Mortal Kombat because of the goddamn news.
Yeah. Yeah,
real shit.
Or when they said that Pokemon was,
like,
the
devil.
That was my parents. Pokemon was the devil.
Yeah.
My parents don't want me to see fake blood in a video game. Yet I watched a chick she was getting fucked get split in 2 yesterday. Like, what are we talking about?
And this is so unfortunate because the kids are addicted to this shit, right? So my son plays Roblox. So let me tell you, and I've obviously, me being a gamer, I've been known about Roblox and why can't I say Robux? I've been Roblox. I've been known about Roblox and their problems, right? And before my son could read, it wasn't that big of a deal, right? Because he can't fucking read. He don't know shit. He's playing stupid games. But the way that I arrange my gaming room is I have constant visuals on my son at all times. So I see his TV at all times. I gave him my old TV, so now it's bigger. He's got a 55-inch in there, and I can see absolutely everything. What's the other thing I do? I go in there, parental settings. My son is not able to chat with anybody, either by voice or by text, nothing. He can't accept any friend requests. He can't send any friend requests. The other thing, too, the whole credit card thing is blocked. There is no usage of cards. There's no usage of nothing. Yes, we do buy Robux sometimes, but I have to go through a million hoops to be able to do it because I do not use my own personal credit card. I buy another card to buy another card to buy another card. And the other thing is, my son doesn't have a headset. The only headsets in the house
I kind of like that, though, the PS5 controllers, because when my kids are playing, I'll go in and listen to who they talking to. If they don't sound like a little kitty cat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
no headsets.
I haven't caught nobody at all, but
me neither.
I like that they use really the PS5 smart controllers because I'll just like listen and who they talking to and shit, and that shit coming right out of the speaker. I can tell if they sound like they're 7 or 70.
Yep. Yeah, so I keep all the headsets in my entertainment center where my TV is. The only time he's able to use it is when me and him are going to game together. Right. So when we stream together, which is rare, or when we're going to play together, I don't want to be yelling across the room. We give him the headset and then he gets on it. But those are just a couple small things. Ideally, we don't want them to play it. Right. But at the same time, it's like it's a game. And it's very unfortunate that these fucking sick pieces of shit are on there doing the most devious shit you can fucking do. Right. But just keep an eye out, man. We are all gamers here. We are all fathers and mothers. We are all uncles and aunts. So just keep an eye out on the kids, man. They don't know any better. Another thing that I do with my kid is I'm real. I'm real with him. I don't give a shit if he's 9 or not. I'm going to tell him before the world fucking tells him incorrectly. So he's fully aware. He knows what a pedophile is. He knows what pedophiles do. He knows what they're after. He knows the type of things they say. Right? He knows all that shit.
I know that my kids not to give out their where they're from,
their name, none of that
address, none of that shit. You can tell them your first name. That's it.
That's it. And even that is kind of a thing. I'm like, use your name or tag. Use your name or tag. There's no reason you should be saying anything. But it's a hard cup to swallow for everybody. Some people really shelter their kids and don't even say the word shit around them. Some people go all out. It's up to you to decide what's best for you and your family. But remember, dangers are out there every single day. And the fact that it's in gaming is very unfortunate. We'll move on. Anything else anybody want to say about Roblox besides fuck you, Roblox?
Do you see Nate's sister? I remember him telling us this too. His sister, their kids spent 4 bands.
Oh shit!
On Roblox. Luckily they got it back, but like my 200, I put in like refunds for it. That shit got rejected. Like I was out $200.
Damn. Yeah, that's flat.
And 4 days later, my boy at work, Kevin, his granddaughter fucking spent 80 on his tablet.
Yeah.
Cause he don't never play nothing on his tablet, so he ain't got nothing unlocked. It's kind of like my phone. My kid went in and potted on my phone. Why? I got the PlayStation locked down, so he can't buy shit without my password.
Yeah.
But my phone, he knew my phone and my password, so he bought it on there, and then he couldn't even redeem the shit because I don't even know how to redeem shit from a phone.
Yeah, fuck that. Oh, what up, Hero? How you doing, man? And Jenna, yes, the police should be involved, and I think that now with this going national news, because with the Roblox situation, this has been happening, but it's always been localized, right? So state-wise, if it happens in the city, it normally stays there unless you're digging through articles and you hear about it. But now, I mean, it's on the big news channels, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, like it's out there, right? So I think this will attract federal police.
You can't put that back in its closet.
Yeah, and the feds love it, man. Whenever they can fucking do something with especially like RICO law, like their pee-pee gets hard. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, it's time to go to work, boys.
Yeah, it's because like going after the mafia again.
Exactly. It's like after going after the mafia, like, oh, you mean that this person in New York messaged a minor in California?
We got a whole organization of
went through
here.
49 states. Oh yeah, that's a year per state, buddy. So yeah, I think they'll do something about it, and I hope it will. And sooner than later, now with Chris Hansen being involved, which we know for a fact because he said it himself, I'm super hopeful, man. Because at the end of the day, I want games to exist.
He's gonna get it done, man.
Yeah, he's gonna get it done. He's been getting the shit done for decades, and as much as I don't like Souls games, I don't think they should go away. As much as I did like Roblox, I don't want it to go away. I just want this shit to fucking.
My kids would play more of this shit.
Well, yeah, we have different reasons, but let's move on to the next topic. Henry, you don't have anything to say about Roblox? You're good.
Actually, that just means they want to play Fortnite more.
That's all I have to say. It's just a shame that they're not getting on board with catching predators, man.
Fuck them.
Out of retirement, man.
I think they need to have you get at least like 2 refunds on like accidental purchases, because these kids, they find, like, I got my PlayStation locked down, right? I didn't even think they could go into the Roblox app, you know what I'm saying, and then purchase the shit from Google Store. I don't buy nothing on my phone.
Yeah, no, you need to whoop some ass is what you need to do. Let's get into our probably our big topic of the evening. I mean, it felt like Mafia kind of was, but let's get into Battlefield 6 because well, I played it. I only played one day because I'm not a big multiplayer gamer or anything like that. But I really
this weekend. That was my whole weekend, baby.
I wanted to check it out, like I do. I played Concord. I played Henry. What's the other one that we played? That was a beta from the Destiny people.
Oh, Marathon.
I played Marathon. I got into the access beta thingy for that. I also played a little bit of what's the other one, Henry? That's like
Arc Raiders.
Henry knows them all. Henry's the multiplayer guru. Yeah, but I don't like multiplayer, but I'll play them
like the Arc Raiders
with the friends because I just don't like the those type of games. What are they called? The extraction like losing everything. Like that sucks. But either way, everybody likes different things. But I check them out because my friends like them. And Henry's a big multiplayer gamer. And as much as Henry dislikes me, I like him. So I just want to make him happy. Like if I was Henry's wife, I'd be cooking and cleaning and doing everything he won't want me to do. Right. So I play multiplayer. That's what I don't like it, but I like it. But I was impressed with Battlefield 6. It's the first time since, and Battlefield is a game that even when I got out the military, I could only take in for so much. Just because the snackle pops, the cracks felt very real, right? The sound in that game always was phenomenal, very realistic. And me and Nelson are veterans. We both deployed to Iraq in a combat.
Afghanistan for me.
Or Afghanistan for Nelson. In combat roles, and we both experienced some of this stuff. And Battlefield 6, that 50 versus 50 or whatever the fuck it was, really took me back there for a hot second, man. The chaos of it, the way the weapons sound, I mean, it was just felt amazing. And it was just me. The whole gaming community feels the same exact way. So I got some information here in regards to Battlefield 6 from an article from IGN. And they're basically reviewing the beta, getting their impression. And the reason I want to start off with this one, it's not that I listen to anything IGN says, because I don't. I think all these journalists are hacks. But I really want to see what they say here to what the group says here. And let me just read a little bit of this. It says, I know a multiplayer shooter is really clicking when my buddies and I are swapping stories at the end of the night. There was a time my Banshee was skyjacked over a pit in Halo Infinite, and I used my grapple shot to quickly re-skyjack it. Sending it will be a thief to their grave. Or when we were down to just a friend, Jeff against our opposing players in a game of Valorant, and the channel his inner John Wick to suddenly become a shotgun god, and win it for us. The first thing I noticed as I loaded into the conquest mode was just how much destruction was happening around me. Buildings were coming apart, trees were shattering, and walls were crumbling as dirt and dust filled the air. It looks like war movie, and stopping to let the smoke from a car explosion clear made the area I was in feel less like a playground for a shooting game and more like, well, a battlefield. And that's all I'm gonna read there. Because even these fucking hack journalists can agree, right? Which is rare. But Morgan, how has been your Battlefield experience so far? How much of it have you played, and are you excited for the full release?
Unfortunately, I have not gotten around to playing Battlefield, and the crazy thing is, I wanted to play it, but I kept getting distracted by other games.
She was
like
playing Crime Scene
Mafia
all weekend.
or Crime Scene Cleaner, and it's like every time I had the opportunity to play it, I was like, ah, man, I really want to play this other game right now. Like, which is sad because I really do want to play Battlefield. I was a big like Battlefield 3 fan, but then I fell off with like 2047. Like, I was just like, this ain't it. But it's just it looks like Battlefield's back, to be honest. It looks
Yeah.
like Battlefield is back to its former glory, and I'm so happy to see everybody like excited with it. I've seen the negatives about it, but most of the negatives are like, stuff that can be worked out, right? Like kinks that there's enough time to work these particular type of kinks out, right? Nothing major like, oh, change the entirety of the gameplay.
It's not
and then it'll be
fundamentally
fun.
fucked.
Exactly. It's not in a marathon style situation, where they have to kind of just go in complete delay and try to figure out what they can do to get gamers back on board. So I'm happy to see everybody so happy with the game, and I can't wait for the final game to come out because I'll definitely probably pick that up day one. Um, but yeah, I've seen the clips. The clips are hilarious. Besides the clips of people cheating, but when using aimbots in a beta for whatever reason. Um, but yeah, besides that, the absolute destruction and the chaos that's going on, and people healing each other once again. I'm so happy to see that because I thought people would be ignoring most gamers and not healing, but apparently the healing is doing pretty well. People are helping out their fellow teammates. That's what Battlefield's about. Getting shot, somebody healing you, and then you getting shot immediately after that. That's the fun of it. But yeah, I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say though.
We're gonna pass it on to here. Let's pass it on to Nelson, and then we'll go to you, Henry.
Right on,
Man,
bro.
I had a great time, but I feel I got 10 hours in it. I'm gonna be playing it once we get off here. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it day one just because there's so much coming out September, August, and I'm gonna be playing catch up. But I plan on playing that game long term. But I don't want to play it like how people like get Call of Duty and they play that bitch 40 hours a week for like a month or two and then they just done with it. I'm trying not to play games like that. Like when I play Helldivers, granted, a couple hours a week, that's it. Move on. Next week I play a little more. Uh, that's gonna be my long term shooter. I see somebody on, I'm gonna jump in and play with them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like sitting down Saturday like all ready to go like Battlefield all goddamn day like I did with Destiny 2. I would still probably play Destiny 2, but I just played it like I beat my wife or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like
Put some more salt.
overkill.
Bam.
Yeah, way too much salt.
Well, we have our Mr. Henry Heck, who is a multiplayer guru. Like that's his thing, and I'm excited to hear. Even though we've played together, I haven't really heard his thoughts on it yet. So, Henry, what did you think of Battlefield 6 beta, and how did it compare to last weekend?
I mean, it's still great in my opinion. Really enjoying it. This time around, I was playing more of I think they call it like the closed weapons, where when you jump into a mode, you don't. If you pick, let's say, if you pick support, you have to use the LMG. You can't use a assault rifle. You can't use the SMG. Um, so I was messing around with that, and I like that. I like that a lot. You know what I mean? I like it even more. And what I really wish they would have had in this weekend's beta was like a hardcore mode. You know what I mean? Where you don't got the HUD and stuff like that. I really would enjoy playing it that way because it's already like chaos and hectic. But I feel like not being able to see your health and your bullets and all that type of stuff will make it way more intense than it already is. It's dope. I love this game. It's definitely a day one. Um, I really have not paid attention to pretty much anything anybody been saying online, really outside of people who, outside of people in the circle, you know what I mean? Like you, RPG, we played earlier, not earlier this week. We played with Friday, wasn't it? We played Friday.
Thursday or
It
something
was
like
dope.
that. Yeah.
Whatever the first night it opened up, I think it was the first night,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
Friday.
that's really gonna be the way to play, man. Group up with the homies. It's gonna be a damn good time. I really like the fact that it's more grounded. In comparison, like Call of Duty, was like Call of Duty is like really arcadey.
Yep.
When you put it side by side with this is just way more grounded. You don't got the regular sprint, tactical sprint, all that type. You don't got none of that. You don't got an SMG where you can shoot somebody from across the map, and it's just you don't have all that extra nonsense in this. And this is why I ri- this is why I think I'm going to spend way more time in this, because I just like the whole presentation, and you can tell where with the last Battlefield they dropped the ball through the floor. It was a shit show last Battlefield, but they made it a point that they was gonna show up this time with quality, and a lot of like the people say, return to form or whatever, and I think it's gonna work out well for them. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna put multiples and multiples and multiples hours into this game, on the weekends and whatnot, and you know that's the long and short of it.
Yeah. So the real reason I wanted to check it out was to see how it feels, because the reason I didn't buy the last Battlefield was because it didn't have a single player campaign. No single player campaign, no play. With Call of
Yep.
Duty, I still sort of buy those games, but I wait. Like for example, the last three Call of Duties that I bought, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3 and 2, I got them each for $20 a piece at GameStop, brand new. And that happens usually right around the 6 to 8 month mark, where they'll have a weekend sale and they sell those games for $20. And you guys know me, $20, I'm in there, especially for a brand new game. And that's how I will play it. Otherwise, I'm done. I don't really play those games after the campaign is done. I move on. So that's why I checked this one out. And the trailer just, it looked good, but it just didn't give me enough. So I wanted to get in there and play. I did. I played. I think it was like an hour and a half or 2 hours with the boys. Had a great time, and I wanted to play again, but it wasn't to the point where I wanted to organize it to actually play it again. So I was like, skip it. I can wait till October. I can wait till November. I'll pick it up then. But I'm going to go ahead and read you guys a little bit more of a different article, because this is going to show you guys a little bit more about how big Battlefield is. And then I'm going to go into the questions about the comparisons with Call of Duty, what the fans are thinking, and also what Call of Duty they themselves said. So right here it says the first weekend Battlefield 6 open beta was received positively by fans and put up huge numbers on Steam. But how many people in total tried it out? According to research from Oppenheimer, the beta reached more than 5 million people during the August 7 to 11 window that included early access period and the open beta for everyone. Oppenheimer said the beta has superior polish, excellent netcode, and authentic Battlefield experience. Many players might agree with this, and the sentiment around the beta was largely positive throughout. Of course, the beta was not without its issues and complaints. In particular, some people complained about the secure bot or boot requirement on PC. EA has not
Mm,
confirmed player figures for the Battlefield 6 beta thus far, but the company did say in a social media post that this was the biggest open beta in Battlefield's history. GameSpot has contacted EA in an attempt to get more detail. The Battlefield 6 open beta eclipsed 500,000 peak concurrent users on Steam, surging past Call of Duty's own record. Despite the beta being offline, more than 3,000 people are currently in the game on Steam, meaning the beta hasn't even started yet, and there's 3,000 people just hanging out. in the fucking title screen. Imagine that. 3,000 people. That is more people than most games get at their peak, them coming out. That's insane. Battlefield 6 launches is October 10th, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're done with that. So huge numbers, half a million concurrent players on Steam, and that's just on one platform, Steam. That's not including GOG and all the other PC shit, and not including PlayStation. And we don't quite know those numbers yet. And before I go into the question on hand that I will start with Morghan with, I want to read you guys an open letter, and shout out to Nelson for posting this. An open letter to the fans from Raven Studio and Treyarch, and it is titled "An Open Letter from the Call of Duty Development Teams to Our Players." And it says here, first off, we want to take a moment to acknowledge the elephant in the room, Battlefield 6. Let's be real, EA and DICE have absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. From what we've seen, the game looks incredible, plays like a dream, and brings that classic large-scale Battlefield chaos that so many of you have been craving. The destruction, the class-based teamwork, and sprawling maps is clear. Battlefield is back in a big way, and we're not too proud to give credit where it's due. They've delivered something special, and it's no surprise that some of you are itching to jump into the second open beta starting August 14th. I'm going to stop there for a second because I also want to remind you guys that a similar question was asked to the upper management team of EA, and their answer was basically, we're too big to fail. We're too big. It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
Not EA.
What was not at EA? What?
Call of Duty. They said they're called
Yeah,
COD's too big.
Oh, yeah, I'm
EA
sorry,
that
not
said
EA. Activision. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for correcting that. So just to give you that quick reminder, that's what they fucking said. Mind you, this letter is from Raven and Treyarch, which Call of Duty has a million studios working on it. That's how they do a yearly release. Continuing on with this letter.
I don't think they get. If you don't sell 30 million copies and you only sell 15, you failed. Like, you ain't making no money.
Continuing on, says here, that said, we've got a bone to pick with you, our loyal Call of Duty players. We know the temptation is real. We get it. New shiny toys, explosive tanks, and the promise of leveling entire buildings are hard to resist. But let's not forget who's been there for you, dropping adrenaline pumping action year after year with tight gunplay, iconic maps, and those clutch moments that make you feel like an action hero. That's right, us, your Call of Duty crew. So here's the deal. We're watching. If you sneak off to play that Battlefield 6 beta, we're saying we're not going to send the Team Ricochet to your virtual doorsteps, but we might just punish you with some extra challenges when you come crawling back to Black Ops 6 or Warzone. Maybe we'll crank up the SBMM just for you, or throw you into the lobby full of campers. Kidding, or are we? Seriously though, we're not here to gatekeep your fun. Go try Battlefield 6, experience the chaos, blow up a building or two, and see how it stacks up. We're confident you'll miss the fast pace, in your face intensity that only Call of Duty delivers, and of course, our amazing skins. We can't wait to announce our latest bundle on August 14th. But here's our promise to you. We're not resting on our laurels. Seeing Battlefield 6 light up the FPS scene is pushing us to go harder. We're cooking up something special for Black Ops 7 and beyond, and we're taking notes on what makes Battlefield 6 shine. Without losing the soul of what makes Call of Duty the king of arcade shooters, expect tighter gunplay, wilder modes, and maybe a few surprises that'll make you glad you're part of our squad. So go ahead and dip your toes in a Battlefield 6 beta. We'll be here when you get back, ready to welcome you with a double XP weekend and some new toys to play with. Just don't get too comfortable in those tanks. We've got kill streaks that'll make you rethink your loyalties. Stay frosty. The Call of Duty development team. So huge letter, right? And before, right, this is the duality of things, right? Because this letter, like, they don't need to put this letter out for what? They ain't nobody fucking ask you what you think about. Like, this is like your ex girlfriend or ex boyfriend talking about your new boyfriend, your new girlfriend talking about, yeah, she's alright. She ain't me, but she's alright. That's literally what this fucking letter is. right? And before I pass it to Morgan, because I'm super interested to see what Morgan says, let me catch up with the chat here real quick. Hero says I'll rate the show a 9.5 out of 10 now. I don't know. He's talking about my show. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Hero. I
cause Morgan
appreciate you,
here.
bro. Yeah, cause Morgan. Oh, okay.
See
See,
what I'm
man,
saying? See what I'm
Morgan,
saying?
you have to be the host because obviously people don't like me like that. Jenna says, I hope we get Final
Nah,
Fantasy
never.
VII Part 3 news by the end of the year. Hey, shout out to Atreyu. Me and her and it's just me and her. Nelson dipped out on us. Talked about that Final Fantasy needs to fucking promote more and get the word out there about their games because this fucking marketing push that they do is just not enough. And Nate says, bro, Henry Heck, bro, he spent that in 1 month. Oh, he's talking about the fucking Roblox shit. Damn, yeah, that's just tough, bro. 4K is a lot. A lot of them do have teams for that, but they don't publicize it. The thing with these companies, they don't care what you are doing if you violate the clause in the agreement. Absolutely, and we spoke about that with Nintendo in specific. Nintendo just shut down a charity stream because they were using their games in the event without permission. Yep, that's fucking Nintendo's bitch ass. All right, let's continue on. Morgan, so you heard the letter. I say it's the old girlfriend talking about the new girl's cute, but she ain't me. Do you think that Call of Duty is actually a little worried about Battlefield 6?
I mean, if they sent that letter, then yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's really no need to write, like you said, like to write a letter like that, unless you have a little bit of worry that
Feel the heat.
the pockets might it might be coming for the pockets. Now let's not kid ourselves and say Call of Duty is just gonna fail now all of a sudden because Battlefield's out.
No.
But they'll finally have some healthy competition, right? And they'll like we see simply based on the Steam numbers for the beta, the fact that the beta outdid Call of Duty on Steam, right?
That includes the betas for Call of Duty too.
Yeah, that's insane. Like it's like I think people
shit.
have been people have been just like
Enough.
wanting a more realistic shooter, right? They're sick of they're sick of seeing
Beavis and Butthead.
I was about to say that Beavis and Butthead and
That's
Nicki Minaj
ridiculous.
coming around the corner shooting you, and then giving you the finger and everything like that. It's just like people are kind of tired of the skins, and it's just like the way Call of Duty is essentially becoming more and more like Fortnite.
And look, I love Nicki Minaj,
iteration.
but I don't need her fat ass in my game. You know what I mean? I wanna see that fat ass elsewhere. In a music video.
Exactly, and it's just people are just kind of tired of it. It's they're taking what Fortnite has been able to do and been successful with, and they're just kind of merging it with theirs. Even with the introduction of like the battle royale and everything like that. And it's just like that's cool, that's fine, but it's just like Call of Duty itself, the gameplay for me has just kind of gone down. Like the ping is just terrible in the game for me for some reason. As of late, and I just can't vibe with COD anymore. Like OG COD, man, like Black Ops back in the day, absolutely. You couldn't get me off the controller back in the day. But COD of today is just so washed. And then the fact that of course they confirm now that it's still once again coming to PS4 and Xbox One, and I'm just like,
well, that's
why?
the thing is they don't even make a new game no more. They just like rehash the one from the year before,
exactly,
and they add some maps and a new shitty single player to it, and there you go. You got
exactly.
You got Black Ops 6. What is it? 6.5.
Yeah, and it's just
they started that with what is it, Modern Warfare 3 or whatever. You got like Modern Warfare 3 and then Modern Warfare 3 2.0 like the next year, $70. Like fuck out of here, crazy.
Yeah, it's just become like a money scheme at this point. Like, why are we still supporting PS4?
We ain't even making you a new game. We just giving you an update for $70.
Exactly. You see Battlefield 6 just taking that leap and be like, nah, this isn't gonna be on last gen. This is you want to play this game? You're gonna have to get on to the current gen, right? It's like, of course there's risk that comes with that because there's still plenty of people on PS4, right? So there's some risk to come with that, but they're not scared to take that leap. And I don't know why COD, as big as a franchise it is so
got one
scared.
coming out every goddamn year.
Exactly, it's so scared
it's
to
like
take
Madden.
that fucking leap.
Well, remember that the numbers for Call of Duty have been going down every year, especially over the last 4 or 5 years. And yes, good, because this goes back to the beginning of what we were saying. They need to earn our fucking money. Call of Duty has been operating with this mentality of, we're the big boys around, and they still have that fucking mentality. We just heard the big, high ups over at Activision saying how they're not worried about it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're the star quarterback and there's somebody questioning you about a fucking high school quarterback, you're gonna be like, yeah, because this kid eventually is gonna be 24 years old, done with college, coming for my job. So I'm gonna tighten up right now to prevent that. They don't have that humbleness in them. That's why they can say, you know what, we're gonna throw Beavis and Butthead or Ninja Turtles out here with guns, and these assholes are gonna spend $50 and they're gonna buy this shit. And you do. So let's not act like it's just Call of Duty's fault. It's your fault. You're the one that's saying, you know what?
Yeah, no.
I gotta have
why
that.
are they doing that in the first place? Because people are spending $1 billion goddamn dollars a month on Fortnite to fucking be a Power Ranger and goddamn.
And let me ask Henri. Henri, you've been here when I've said this. I said, I used Monster Hunter Wild last time when I said, the RE engine is a great engine, but it's not the type of engine you make for a game like Monster Hunter Wilds. But why would they stop making the game on that engine, right, when they're selling 1 million copies in 6 hours, right? The most they've ever done. So why would they switch it up? What do you think about Call of Duty and this letter? Like, do you think, they're just putting a facade out there like, nah, we ain't worried, but they really fucking are? And also, do you think that right now they're cooking extra harder than they normally would because of Battlefield 6 releasing a month before or after Call of Duty does?
No, I don't think they're going. I think they already got their plan in place, and they're gonna still follow through with that plan. And they just, they probably didn't think that the Battlefield beta was gonna hit as hard as it did. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then it did hit, so they're like, okay, we're gonna put this out. But when the game come out, it's gonna do what it always does. It's gonna, you know, the Call of Duty CCs who complain every year, they complain up until the point they get flued out, and then all of a sudden it's this.
Yeah.
The next Call of Duty game is amazing. It's this, it's that, and then 2 months later they
They're
pissing
back to
you off
bitching.
again.
Mm-hmm.
They're back to bitching. You know what I'm saying? Battlefield is not. It's not gonna stomp out COD, but what I do appreciate
I
is
think they're
that
gonna take a
now,
big wet bite out of their ass though.
yeah,
They're gonna fuck up them numbers.
because now what we have is a uh another option that's of quality. You know what I mean? Because shooters come and go every year, but they don't all have the same level of quality and polish that a Call of Duty has. Because Call of Duty got a whole bunch of production value. It's polished for
Yeah,
the
because they
most
produce
part.
the same goddamn game every year.
You can't deny the game. The game is fucking quality when it comes
I've
out.
been saying that.
It got its little tweaks and things they need to do with it. But as far as visually, beautiful. As far as
Henri,
sound design, amazing.
I've been saying
Movement,
forever
crisp.
that Call of Duty games, no matter what you say, they're always polished. They run well. They feel good. They sound good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's high
Exactly.
quality. Nobody can fucking deny that.
Now they can't, and that's gonna be there. But now they have somebody standing on the other side of the aisle that's gonna also have that same thing. And sure, the gameplay is a little bit slower. It's different. They're both different. Another thing I noticed from that letter, they refer to themselves as an arcade shooter,
Arcade. Yep.
which is crazy because I always thought of like a military shooter. That's what I refer to when I think about Call of Duty. That's what I think. It's like when I think about Battlefield shooter,
Bro,
they
when I
just
was
straight
in
up
the
say it's an
army,
arcade shooter.
we would take, this didn't happen too often, but we do this thing called PT every day. It's physical training from
Yeah,
6
yeah.
a.m. in the morning to 7 a.m. in the morning. And we would do different things. Some days we would run, some day it'd be like, push ups, sit ups, whatever. But every once in a while, maybe on a rainy day or an extra cold day, our sergeant would be like, you know what, fuck it. Let's go hide out in the barracks for the hour. You know what I mean? It's like skipping school for the day, right? There's been a few times where we actually played Battlefield and actually practiced tactics on there. You know what I mean? And yeah, it was
Yeah,
more
yeah.
for fun than not, but we actually learned a couple different techniques because of that fucking game. So when they said they're an arcade shooter, that's what I've always considered it to be an arcade shooter because it's just too fast paced, right? You die, you're back up in a freaking heartbeat. There is no tactics really. It's you versus them, and whatever team has the most points, you win. This just the fact that you have to get tanks involved, the destruction of the world. Like I said, man, when I played with you guys, it took me back a little bit to when I was deployed to Iraq, and the way that fucking 25 Mike sounded when I fucking let go of that shot really, really surprised me. But do
Shout out to the
you
Mike
think? Shout out to the Mike, which is Mike stands for millimeter, by the way. Everything in the Army is acronym. Um, but I do agree that Call of Duty is a little nervous. Not because I feel like Battlefield's going to come in and destroy them, because they're not, right? Call of Duty is very, very big. But what this does is it creates some tension, right? It may not create the pressure that we want it to, but it will create some tension. And there's always somebody in one of these fucking studios who is competitive. And just the fact that they feel like whether they like where they're working or not, people still want to represent where they're at. And I just hope that sparks creativity. And really, that's all I want. It's the same thing I wanted from Xbox. I never wanted Xbox to fail. I wanted Xbox to be good so PlayStation had a competitor. Instead of us waiting fucking all these years for a single player game and PlayStation over here trying to do the live service thing, since they had a competitor, they'd be like, hold up, we really got to rethink this because if we fall back, Xbox is going to come and take over us. They don't have that. The PlayStation 5 has become the
default.
The default. Yes, the default. Where now you have developers knocking at their door saying, "Hey, do a state of play with my game," right?
Yeah,
that's where they're at now.
I ain't got a Game Pass deal. I'm probably even gonna put it on Xbox.
Exactly. Nelson, what do you think? Do you think that this letter shows that they're actually, and mind you, this is from the studios themselves. So this isn't, and these are two of the biggest studios that work on Call of Duty, Treyarch and Raven, which by the way just had a layoff. Raven Studios did.
Raven did,
last
and
month.
That's the closest studio to either one of us.
Yeah, to either one of us. Exactly.
Raven's really good.
But Nelson, what do you think?
I always told my kid, if you want to develop games and stay somewhat close to your family, you're gonna have to go work at Raven.
And we have a couple other smaller studios. What's the name of the
one that people have heard of?
Yeah, people have heard of. But I mean, by small, I mean like 10, 15, 20 people that only come out with PC games. But damn, what is the name of the studio that creates Doom? id is it id id used to be in Illinois, and then they were only here for a little bit, then they moved to Texas. And then we have Bungie used to be in Illinois as well, and then of course. But yeah, they're huge studios. So what do you take from this letter, Nelson? And do you think that they're a little scared? Nelson?
Talking to my kid, he might join the robotics team. Anyways, what?
Do you think that they're a little scared? What do you think about this letter?
Hell yeah, I'd be scared. I'd be scared as a motherfucker.
Do you think that they spoke to anybody up there and higher ups to put this letter out? Or do you think just...
Think about what Microsoft's saying to them though. You know why they're putting these Nicki Minaj and shit in there? Is they spent a lot of money and they need to make it back. They can't be having COD getting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their money down. Like they needed it up bigger than ever by a lot.
And honestly,
money was spent acquiring that, and that ain't gonna happen.
Something this letter is also doing, it's promoting the new Call of Duty. It's promoting it. They're taking some of that swag, some of that hype that's going on for Battlefield, and they're trying to use some of that as well to propel their next game. Right? They're saying, pay attention because our game might have some of this or some of that, some surprises, right? So they're definitely riding the wave. Morghan, are you going to be getting Battlefield 6 for the campaign or for anything else, or are you going to wait?
I'm really interested in the campaign because I was glad they brought it back. But I'm definitely thinking about getting it day one. I just I want a real military shooter. I just need something.
Facts. What about you, Henry? Day one, I'm guessing?
You already know.
And you, Nelson, day one?
If not day one, I will definitely have it before the end of 2025.
Okay. Me, day one.
You got
especially right. If they show more of that campaign, yeah, day one. I was gonna get into the Game Pass and then the Switch too, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. I want to end the show with a question that Lyoko asked us earlier, and that is, what is our games of the year up to this point? And we'll start with you, Henry. What is your game of the year up to this point?
Right now, my game of the year is Tales of Iron 2. It, yeah, hey, bro,
Fire.
that game was fucking fire, hitting,
I still haven't beat that
hitting,
game, bro, and I platinumed the first one.
bro, bro. You gotta do it. You gotta do it, bro.
Well, let me
That
ask you
game is
this:
awesome.
what is your favorite game that you've played this year that didn't come out this year?
Oh shit,
I'll come back to you on that
Dredge,
question. Oh, Dredge.
Dredge.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a good pick. What about you, Miss Morgan? What is your game of the year up to this point, and what is your game that you really enjoyed this year that didn't come out this year?
To be honest, my game of the year is like I'm still having this internal struggle between Expedition 33 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Mm,
mm,
Love both of those games, platinum both of those games. I think about both of those games when I go to sleep. That's how I
damn.
know when a game is really good, when
Yep,
I dream
that's how
about
you
it.
know.
And so it's like I love them both so much. So I just have like an internal battle. Like one day I'm like, oh, Expedition 33 is it, and the next day I'm like, oh wait, no, Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Come Deliverance has it, and I'm just like, so for right now, those two are tied for me. But I think as far as who's gonna win, Expedition 33 is definitely winning the game of the year.
Yeah.
Um, but as far as what is my favorite game that did not come out this year, I would say Day of the Diver.
I
Oh
gotta get to
wow.
that next. I gotta get
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Um,
loved it.
I was surprised to say Dave the Diver because I'm the only person that I know that actually likes Dave the Diver.
Yeah, Day of the Diver is so good, man. I had to
Damn,
plant that. It was so good. I loved
dude.
it.
Me and you like a lot of the same games, bro. Are
Yeah,
you like my long lost sibling or something?
probably.
Yeah, my sister don't play no games, so yeah, we'll put her up for adoption. You can join the family now.
Hey, I'll take
No,
it.
wait, we need my sister. She's got a pool, so
Oh yeah.
uh,
Okay.
Henry, Nelson, what's your game of the year
Nelson.
so far? And
Expedition, but to be honest, as far as games I've actually finished that were made this year, I
mhm.
think there's only like two, and one's a remaster. Oh
Well, which
wait,
ones?
three.
Which one?
Uh, the only ones I've finished that were created this year were like Onimusha 2, Unfinished Business, which I finished this weekend, and Expedition 33, I think.
Those are fire
I've
games as
played a
well.
lot of different games, but I'm like a few hours into a whole bunch of games because I've been trying to spend less and get through a lot of games that I've purchased.
Well, my game of the
Feel
year
that
so
though. I
far
feel that.
is Death Stranding 2. Um, it's
Mm.
hard. It was hard to pick
Nice.
between that one and Expedition 33 because Expedition 33 did so much for me. Meaning, I hate turn-based games, and that one I actually enjoyed
Oh
a
wow.
lot. So the fact that I like that should technically mean that it wins Game of the Year in my opinion for me because it got me into a genre that I disliked. But I don't give it too much credit because, like I mentioned at the way beginning of this podcast, there's always that one or two games within a genre you don't really like that you end up liking. So I can't, give it the edge for that specific reason. But it's really close, and I'm not trying to knock Expedition 33. Another thing about Expedition 33 too is that Unreal Engine 5, just I don't know why, but my TV doesn't do well with Unreal Engine 5. It's always showing some sort of like graphical bullshit that really messes
Artifacting.
up. Yeah, the artifacting it messes it up, and it just so I can't give it for that to that. Where Death Stranding 2, oh, beautiful game, plays
Hmm.
Shout
well.
out to
I
Decima.
tell people that Destiny, what'd you say, Destin?
No, I said shout out to Decima.
Oh, Decima Engine, yeah. But yeah, so Death Stranding 2. And then the game that I played this year that didn't release this year is actually tough, man, because I am in between um Leica H Through Blood, but I'm not gonna pick that one because I would pick it every freaking year. But the one that I did play that is super simple and it was a lot of fun is Oni what the fuck is the name? Oni Chambra? Is it Oni Chambra? Fuck, I got it written down here. Hold on just a second. Oni Chambara Origins. Super super good game. It took me back to a era that I miss, like a PS3 360 era where there's no
Mm-hmm.
censorship, there's no, characters can't be hot, and it just reminded me of a free like I'm gaming and I like the characters. I like everything. Nobody's being judgmental because you're a man and you like a woman. Like it had none of that, and it just reminded me of that time. And then the last question I will ask of you guys before we end this is: this month we're halfway through, but we still have some heavy hitters coming out, right? And some more heavy hitters coming out in September and October. What are your 1, 2,
September
or
is packed,
3
boy.
most anticipated games? Morgan, what are yours?
Okay, are you talking about this month or just for the rest of the year?
Just for the rest of the year.
Definitely Power Wash Simulator.
Facts.
Shoot, it was Jesus Christ, the game that just got delayed.
Dying Light.
Crimson Desert.
Oh, Crimson Desert. That's another one.
Yeah, Crimson Desert. Yes, Crimson Desert. I was looking forward to that, but I kind of knew that was going to be delayed. They just refused to give a date for that. There's a couple other games. Like now that you asked me, my mind has just gone blank. Oh, what else am I looking forward to? Oh shoot. You can come back to me. I'll probably remember in a second.
All right, Henry.
All right, number 1. Hell is motherfucking us.
Ooh.
I still gotta play that demo.
Yeah, you do gotta play that demo. And Chronos.
Well, it's because of goddamn Battlefield. Because that's limited time. I can play it
tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll play it next weekend.
And so Hell is Us, Chronos, and Silent Hill F.
Ooh. I love Silent Hill.
Them's the ones, baby.
I just played my first Silent Hill game. Damn, not this year, but Silent Hill 2.
Last year.
And I loved it.
Stream the whole joint. I was there. I seen it.
You and Voyager 88 were fucking there every day, bro. I appreciate y'all.
What's his name? Angus?
Oh, Angus. Yeah, his name now is I forget, but he changed it. What about you, Nelson? What are you looking forward to the most?
Metal Gear Solid.
That's on my list.
Double Dragon Revive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say third would probably be Lost Soul Side. Even though I don't think that's going to be the most polished game or a 10 out of 10 or nothing, I think I'm going to really enjoy the combat in the game. I think it's going to be a solid 8.
You know,
8.5 if it was more polished, or 9 if it was more polished. But it is a small team, and you know what I mean. It's not going to be a AAA.
I almost bought the collector's edition for Snake Eater or Snake Eyes. I mean, I almost
if
bought.
If you do, I'll buy it from you. So.
Well, that's what I was gonna buy it for. It was really for you. But because Will's always looking out for you, even though you don't give a fuck about me.
You message me. I'm at work 12 hours a day now. Like,
bro, you think I don't fucking work? I run the whole business by my fucking self.
Yeah, I know. I'm training.
Fuck you mean? I go to bed at 12, 1 in the morning. I wake up at 6. I'm like a zombie out here. I don't even drink coffee to help out.
Poor baby.
Yes, poor baby, poor Will. My games I'm looking forward to. Nelson, what's the name? Shinobi? Is that the one that?
Yeah.
Yes.
When you that was good. I finished that demo. That was fire.
Me too. Fire. I don't even like those type of games. Like, I'm always making fun of Nelson. Like, oh, you're fucking 2-bit, fucking stupid fucking games.
I like my 2-bit games, baby.
And I fucking love that shit. I was like, man, and you know what? I know myself so damn well that right when I was gonna buy a physical copy, I already pre-ordered one through limited game runs. So that's how well I fucking know my gaming habits. Let's fucking go. Well, that's 1. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is 2. I'm Chronos, all that stuff I'm really looking forward to, but I'm really, really looking forward to Dying Light the Beast. I've never been like a Dying Light fan like that, but ever since I played Dying Light 2, I just been hooked on that shit. Like, Dying Light 2 is the only other game outside of Cyberpunk 2077 this generation that I've played back to back after finished it. I've never done that before except for those 2 games. And I'm gonna throw a little one out there as well. Little Nightmares 3, which I do have the collector's edition pre-ordered.
Oh my god, thank you for reminding me of that. That's what I want.
Oh, you gotta jump, bro. I checked Amazon, make sure my order's good. They're sold out, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Little Nightmares 3 collector's edition is sold out because it's only 100. It's like 120 or 150 bucks.
Cheap. And I was like, yo, yeah, I'm getting that, and I completely forgot to.
Yeah.
Damn it. Hopefully they'll put some more out.
Yeah, check. Yeah. At least once. They're gonna restock the game once.
Because the thing about, for those of you guys that don't know, pre-ordering through Amazon is so clutch because they don't charge you till they ship it out. So like I'll pre-order all sorts of shit on Amazon that's like 6 months because I just cancel half of it, you know what I mean? And at least that's secured. That's what happened to me with my Lumiere edition. GameStop also does the same thing. I pre-ordered my Lumiere edition being half in, half out with the game, and I was like, you know what, I'll just cancel it if I don't like it at the end. And I started seeing that the Lumiere edition was selling for like $120. I even asked the boys, I was like, yo, should I fucking resell this bitch? Because this motherfucker's only $60. And I ended up keeping it. Did you get your list?
I remember. Yes, I remember my list now. You guys helped me remember what I was looking forward to. Okay, so Mixtape is one of the games. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's like that almost... it's that indie game that kind of looks like... shit. I can't remember what the other game it looks like. But anyway, Mixtape, Karen, the climbing game. That's supposedly coming out this year, so we'll see. I think it's like October or something like that.
Yeah.
Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Lit ass soundtrack, I heard.
Yeah, it does. It's nice. Coffee Talk Tokyo.
Bro,
looking
I
forward to that.
got both the first and the second one physical copies.
Yes. Oh.
Let's go, Morgan. See, that's what I'm saying, man.
I'm just hoping these games come out this year, man.
Yeah, me too.
And then of course I don't know why I forgot freaking Ghost. Ghost.
Oh, Ghost of Yote.
Yeah, like the big. Of course I remember all the indies. I can't remember the damn big games. So yeah, Ghost of Yote, obviously. And I'm actually very curious about that game that PlayStation has been promoting, the Baby Steps game.
Oh my god!
For some reason, I'm very intrigued by that game.
The developer snapped at me for Baby Steps because I posted something like, "Man, y'all been talking about this fucking game for like 2 years. Like, drop that shit or don't talk about it. Like, I feel like I played it already." And they went on my comment section and it's like the dead face or whatever the fuck you call it, the skull face or dead. You know, I'm like, well, bro, it's true. Like, y'all had like how many state of plays? Like, damn, we get it.
They have though.
It's a fucking sweat. Can't walk. Okay, we get it. Release that motherfucker. I'm gonna get it.
Every show they show it too. We got to hear about it from the Xbox.
So. I'm like, damn.
In 2 days, Sword of the Sea's coming out, and that's going to be releasing day one on PS Plus.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
All PS Plus, subscribers, that'll be dropped in there day and date. So that's
dope.
Cool. And then Hurdling is coming out also at the end of this month.
Hold up, what's Hurdling?
That's from the makers of freaking my other fave indie game, freaking god damn it. The Far. Have you ever played the Far?
Bro,
games?
Fuck you mean have I played it? I played both.
Yes.
And I own them on the Switch.
Absolutely. This is from the makers of Far.
What?
And it's coming out on the 21st.
No,
so
stop lying. You're lying,
I'm not
bro.
even lying.
What's the name of it?
In 4 days, Hurdling.
Hurdling.
Like it's coming out in 4 days, bro. Like 4 or 5 days.
Oh yeah, look at that, bro. I love that developer, bro.
Yes,
they're so good at what they do.
I play both, love them, and when they said this next game was coming out, I said I'm there. So that's coming out in a few days. So
bro, that's in like 3 days.
And then Hurdling, yes.
Oh shit.
Absolutely.
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put that on my list right now. I'm gonna buy that shit.
Yep, there you go.
Because the only 2 games I played for them were fucking bangers. So this banger, it has to be.
It has no choice.
Yeah. Oh, and just to give you guys a quick reminder, I'm so glad you brought that up. We also have Gears of War Reloaded coming out, which I just pre-ordered today through Amazon or through Walmart because Silent Hill 2 actually got to my house 3 days early, so I'm hoping they send it early as well. Metal Eden actually got a release date. That one comes out in September, September 3rd to be exact. I know me and Henry were talking about this.
I'm really glad that game got delayed because it's not going to be a banger, but it's going to be a pretty decent game. Yeah. But if it would have came out the way the demo was, it would have flopped.
Yeah, it would have.
I think the game has a chance to do all right. It's not going to set the world on fire, but I think it's going to do all right. You know
Jenna,
I'm enjoying the fuck out that game.
We played we played Shinobi. We just spoke about that about 10 minutes ago, how I don't like those type of games, but I loved it and I pre-ordered mine through Limited Run Games back in May. So yeah, I'm hyped for that. But yeah, that one will be out in September 3rd. And it's only going to be like a $25 or $30 game too, so it's not going to be crazy expensive. We also have Final Fantasy Tactics, Digimon, Pokemon Legends, Z to A,
Bro, that's a
Ninja
heap of shit coming out
Gaiden.
rest of the year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A whole heap of shit.
Yeah, so there's going to be a ton of games. That's why I want to ask you guys for your top kind of 3 because there's a lot. And Borderlands is a big one. Chronos, I think, is another big one. And, well, it's a $60 game, but it's
Chronos.
big.
Yeah.
Silent
bro.
Hill.
God damn, there's so many games coming out. That's why when you were like, "Are you buying Battlefield Day One?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, I don't know," because I'm always knee deep in shit.
Well, bro, how the fuck do you think I feel? This fucking my new job, I start probably in the next couple of weeks, and I'll be working from home. You know how much free time I'm gonna have to fucking play these games?
Shit.
It will beat 95 games last year.
Start sleeping for once.
Bro, I already got my fucking schedule planned out. I'm talking breakfast, lunch, dinner, playtime. If I beat 95 games last year, how many more games am I going to fucking beat this year, next year? Not this year, because this year I'm behind. Just like I'm super hyped. And
he's
yeah.
Like, I'm my own boss, so it's like, okay, you eat breakfast, you make these 2 phone calls, you do that for an hour and a half, you get an hour of playtime.
Hey, but don't let it trip you because
you're rewarding yourself like half work, half play.
Basically, but I've noticed that the more free time I have,
I earn 3 hours of game time.
The more free time that I have, I find myself playing less, if that makes any sense. Like, if I have a weekend where I'm not doing anything, I then spend my time on fucking TikToks or reading articles. Like, bro, you should be playing. Like, you've been waiting all week for nothing to do so you can play games all day. But then on the weekday, when I got to wake up early, now I'm trying to stick in all my fucking gaming time. Like, I'm backwards. But, yeah, man, we got to hype, rest of the year. We got some really good games coming out. Gears of War comes out this week. No, next week, Tuesday. Lost Soul Aside comes out after that. Metal Gear Solid after that. Metal Eden after that. Hell is Us after that. Chronos after that. Borderlands comes out after that. Dying Light the Bees after that. Silent Hill F. Final Fantasy Tactics. The list goes on. Battlefield, Little Nightmares. There's also that other game. What's it called? Little Animals or Animals?
Yes, Animal. Yes.
That's another one that should be dropping either this year or early next year.
The collector's edition for that look lit, boy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Pig. Yeah.
Bro.
What's the other one? Hell. What's the name of the dude with the spiky face?
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
I can't believe that got a game, but I hope that's good, man.
I got the collector's edition on that one.
That come out this year?
I don't know when it comes out.
I think it comes out around Halloween, or that's what they're.
Yeah. Let me see real quick because I want to know when that. Hellraiser. I'm gonna have to wait for that one because I bought the collector's edition, or not the collector's, but what they call the deluxe edition. It's like $150 version of it. But I bought that straight from the developer, so those sometimes take a little bit of time. Yeah. But anything that you guys would like to talk about, anything you're looking forward to?
Playing some more game. I'm looking forward to this sort of the sea in a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Morghan, what's the name of the game?
Hurdling.
Hardling. There we go. I'm sorry. I typed it in, but then I got out. All right,
it's hurdling.
Oh, hurdling.
Yeah.
I just added to my wish list, and that folk, I was like, hurdling.
Yeah.
I typed in hurdle. I was like, nah.
As soon as that screen said creators of FAR, I said, oh, okay, day one. All right.
Yeah, facts. If you haven't played FAR, go check it out. It's a short game, but it's a good game. But yeah, I don't have anything else. Let's give our outros real quick. Maybe I can play some Battlefield with Nelson if he lets me, because he doesn't like me anymore. But I want to thank Mr. Henri Heck for coming on tonight. Henri, let the people know where they can find you.
Inside the Discord on X, man. You know where I be on. You know where I be at.
Yeah, I'm gonna link the Discord right now while I'm doing the outro, so you guys can.
Make sure you check out Morghan on Saturdays on the Otter Players.
Otter Players podcast.
You'll probably catch me on there once in a while once the warm weather's over, because I think I've been home a whole 3 fucking Saturdays this whole summer, or since the last time I've been on there. So
Well, Morgan, now that Nelson did your outro, you can go ahead and do your outro. Thank
Appreciate
you so
that,
much.
Nelson. Yeah. Yeah, but you guys can find me on Twitter at ChillBandit, just talking about games. And if you love games like I do, especially indies, yeah, definitely follow me because that's all I like to talk about. And if you have any recommendations on some great indies that I haven't played, please, by all means, tag me and tell me about them because I'm always interested in finding another indie to fall in love with. But yeah, thank
Have
you
you
guys
played
for
Bramble the
having
Mountain
me.
King yet?
No,
Play it.
Bramble the Mountain King. Okay, thank you, Nelson. I'll put that on the
Oh
wish list.
yeah,
Thank you.
Bramble the Mountain King is a very
That's
dope
one of the best
game.
games.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
All right, well,
uses
it's on the
like
wish list though.
Eastern European like games stories like Little
Yeah,
Red
that
Riding
game is
Hood,
freaky, man.
but Eastern
But
European versions of that.
Northern Ireland or
Northern,
something like that.
yeah.
Okay, so like the real folktale.
Yeah, folktales.
Okay.
There we go. Yes, like real
old,
folktales.
like real old, not like our new shit. Like
right, not like
1300s.
the Disney version. Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
game is dope.
you.
I beat it on Xbox and I beat it on PlayStation.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Oh,
Game
damn,
is
it's only
dope.
$6. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a steal.
Yeah. Hell
Get
yeah.
that. But yeah, guys, go check out Miss Morgan. I'm gonna link her X at the end of the video of the live. I'll put in the description along with Henry, and then I'll put the link to our
Appreciate it.
Discord there as well, where you can talk to all of us, man. You can literally just push at W, I pop up. I try to reply to every single person, which I do actually. You can send me DM. Also, if you're interested in joining the State of Gaming podcast on one of these beautiful Sunday evenings, just let me or Nelson know. That's why we created this podcast so we can get real gamers in here. We don't want dudes that do YouTube and then maybe if they have an hour on a fucking Friday night, then they'll play. No, we want real fucking gamers in here. And once again, a real gamer can be somebody who plays a couple hours a year or plays fucking 1,000,000 hours a year. You're a real gamer. The people I don't consider to be real gamers are the dudes who make gaming their personality, are on social media talking about gaming, telling people what to buy, what not to buy, what to avoid, but they don't fucking play game themselves. Making $100K a year off of YouTube talking about gaming, but you don't pay fucking games because you got a family. We all got families, you piece of shit. Fucking kidding me? Like we ain't got a mama. Like we just fucking came from the earth, like God said. Like he breathed life into us. No, you piece of shit. My mama fucking shot me out her pussy and I'm here fucking 30 years later. Of course I got a fucking family. At a bare minimum, right? Some of us have fucking spouses, husbands, wives, girlfriends. Mr. Brett, he's got a boyfriend. You don't see him complaining about fucking I got a family. You know what I mean? Shit. Fuck, all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out, man. It was a great night. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Morgan, Henry, as always. Nelson, thank you. And we will catch you on Tuesday. I expect to see you guys there Tuesday, too, with me and RPG88 for our Just Playing live stream. We are almost done, or I say about 70% done, no, 60% done with Dead Island 2. This will be the third time that I beat that game. First time was solo. Second time I beat it with Nelson co-op. And then this third time will be with RPG88. And it's a great time. So come hang out with us there. And also, watch my YouTube videos every day. They drop at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. The Mafia Will It Play With No Internet video has been going crazy. That motherfucker is close to 7,000 views. 7K.
Nice.
That is crazy to me. It's getting up there with the Stellar Blade, which did about 8K. It's going up there with the damn, I always forget the name of this game. The one with the motorcycle that PlayStation just re-released.
Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Days Gone did like 5-6K as well. So man, you guys have been going nuts. So go check those videos out. And I appreciate all the support. We'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.
Peace.
Bye.